Good afternoon, everyone. It's January the 8th. I'm Tommy Temper, coming to you live from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And today we've got an action-packed screen of videos coming in from Minneapolis. It's where there was a shooting there yesterday. An ICE agent shot a young lady that was in a vehicle. And it was sad to see it happen. But it did happen. So let's go and watch our live feeds that we have set up here. Good to see everyone in there. We've got lots of video coming in here. Here you can see our multi-screen is set up with a bunch of people in here. I don't know why that's flipping back and forth on me here. Not looking good. May have to shut down that whole thing here. This continues to give me problems here. But anyways, I'll be in control of the screen here today, so don't change everything on us here. Danielle, good to see you in there. Got my shell in there. Hey, Sun Honey Studio. Looking good. Thanks a lot for checking out the stream here today.
A woman died yesterday. She was 37 years old.
Do appreciate it.
One of you killed her in cold blood.
And we do have screens coming in from everybody here. We've got Human Dilemma on this one here. Let me see here. On this one here, we've got JLR Investigates. We've got his feed coming in here on this window on the larger screen there. In here, Alpha News, which I think Alpha News is doing a live on location down there.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Stephanie Quinue. We are currently waiting on a live event that is set to get underway any moment now. This is a live look inside of the White House press briefing room, as we are expecting to hear from Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, along with Vice President J.D. Vance. And according to Fox News, both will be discussing yesterday's deadly
listening into some of the feeds that are coming in here
in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Probably the best feed that we've got in here
inside the briefing
of live on location.
This was scheduled to get underway at 1 p.m. Eastern.
2 News in here with this one.
7-year-old mother in her neighborhood yesterday. It wasn't your neighborhood, it was her neighborhood. Get out. Get out. Get out. Save your damn soul. Have a conversation with your God. Try to figure out if what you're doing is right.
All right, guys, so that's the Whipple building right there. That's the facility.
All the friends of the murderer.
Sun Honey, good to see you in there. Dash and Grandma, hey, good to see you. Thanks for popping in.
The mask, man, own it.
Thank you. It's so nice. I appreciate the work you guys are doing. You're doing a good job. You're making my city safe.
See if I can come up a little higher than my little Tommy Temper thing on the bottom here.
Fuckers pointing guns at me. I feel safe. Thank you. Thank you, Heil Hitler. You fuck.
Wow. Getting pretty berserk out there. Berserk. Danielle, maybe he should have used another device to stop her. I don't know. I don't know. What other device could he have used? She was inside of the car. You know, could have used a taser, but taser wouldn't have shot through that front window. She actually hit the guy. You know, if you were watching the video, she actually hit the ICE agent with her vehicle. So that's what prompted her to use lethal force. She was using lethal force on him, so I guess he kind of returned in like, unfortunately.
All right.
Not great.
So again, we are outside the Whipple Federal
Cybertruck, yeah.
This is where ICE and Border Patrol are staging and operating out of. It is also their detention center where they bring the people that they snatch up off the street. They bring them here. But make sure you are subscribed to our channel because we have a very busy day today. There will be a press conference at 1. That's 1 p.m. Central. And then later tonight there will be a protest. I'm not sure the location of the protest, but there will be a protest later tonight. JT will be in town. He's on his way here. So make sure you're subscribed. You'll get that notification.
See if I
when
can
we go live again.
upgrade this Alpha user.
It's going to be a very busy day. So whatever you do, if you can, please support us. We got Border Patrol coming out now. Go to statusquo.com/join. Sign up, just $5 a month. Helps keep us.
Thanks a lot to Status Quo News for allowing us to do a restream here. Appreciate that. And if anyone wants to restream this feed that I have on here, go right ahead. If you want to restream me, go right ahead. No big deal. Yeah, I think I saw somewhere here there was a memorial going on. Maybe it was AP. I changed this one out here.
Thank you.
Changed.
The next soccer mom you see driving around the protest is going to have a real tough time when they get met by
trying to collect the name. You know, there's been a first name of anybody that was arrested.
De-escalation skills. Look it up on Google. Fucking place. In your hotels in town tonight. Yeah. Look it up on Google. How to de-escalate a crowd without fucking shooting people in their car. Maybe how to not fucking storm high schools. Maybe how to not leave toddlers on the fucking highway. In Minnesota cold. If you guys are from Texas, well, Texas gets cold. Are you from Texas? Are you from a warm climate or Minnesota? I hope not Minnesota. If so, you've been in the boundary waters, I guess. Border.
That bitch is orbiting.
I know you guys have a different reporting structure. I'm not going to say but you're part of a fucking shitty organization right now that needs to change. Can you change from within at all?
Oh, I just have to leave for a minute. I got somebody at the door.
Can you make some positive change from within your fucking organization? Can you pull your buddies back when they're beating people? Please, for fuck's sake. And leave her alone, unarmed, martial, trying to keep the peace. Fucking hell. By the way, I have a full-time job and I'm so fucked if they see me on camera. I am so fucked, I will lose my job so fast.
All right, so they're asking. So there were a couple of hundred people out here at 7 a.m. Now they're asking people to leave and go into the neighborhood and do the patrols and the ice watching that they've been doing for weeks now. And that's what Renee was doing. Renee was just looking out for her neighbors.
Am I legally allowed to shoot you dead? Flip the tables. Think about it. Flip the fucking tables. If you were in a vehicle yesterday and my body was standing in front trying to block you, and I was telling you to get the fuck out of here, and you came at me, is that legal self-defense for me to shoot you through the windshield dead? Because I would love for you to agree to that right now. Because flip the fucking tables, sir.
That is a good question. What
flip the fucking tables.
It's hard to hear when somebody's upset. Ask the questions so they can process.
Yeah, I want to know if you were in that vehicle yesterday and you tried to pull away and I shot you, would I not be arrested right now? Would I have been able to just flee the scene without repercussion?
You guys have
But the CIA trained Al-Qaeda?
Remember 9/11?
Oh yeah, remember that?
Somalis.
When American fucking cause this fucking bullshit happening?
I have.
When
That's what you guys are here for.
You're
telling us you're coming in here going after Somalis. What are you doing here, man? What's your answer?
Anyone that's here illegally.
Oh, anyone that's here
We don't want you here. You are not us. You are not us. You're not like us, bitch.
Because she was in her in the face. I didn't shoot her in the face.
Well, your buddy did. Well, your buddy did.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. A little delivery at the door.
If you're gonna terrorize us, we're gonna fucking terrorize you. That's how that works, right? We're gonna raid your country. We're gonna fucking destroy your fucking home. We're gonna fucking raid your resources.
So here's a close-up of the Associated Press. They've got a camera out at the vigil, and you can see all the flowers out there. This is probably at the location where the car ended up there yesterday after the shooting.
Oh my God, that's in a fucking bomb right there. All the immigration.
Pretty crazy.
Oh my God, I do remember 9/11. When fucking the FBI was warned, fucking months ago.
How's everyone doing out there? Got Al Munson in there.
Fucking impotent.
Hey Al, good to see you. Gnome's room.
The government is impotent. You're impotent. You fucking got it. You really fucking got it, bro. Not bolting on you.
Let me just see if I could get some of the chat up on the screen here. Hang on. That way I don't have to bring it up here all the time. No, just let me double check here. Regular, tall, wide, size, font, small, medium, with large font. See it coming in here a little bit more.
Is that what he said? This is why we are with 9/11. You know the terrorists are gonna win. You know who's the fucking terrorist? Fucking terrorists.
Imagine doing a job that means you're so ashamed of yourself that you need to hide right
Right? So, who here was responsible for that?
Any information? I like to think of backstories.
I've already been.
my mom's
So they're showing their identification is just yellow tape with
Yeah, you're right, Bob. She won't
numbers
do
and-
that again. That's for sure. You know, don't mess with the police.
There's
You know, I'll tell you one thing: don't mess with the police, because if you mess with the police,
they go by like F3.
they do have
5, 2,
weapons,
C,
and
4,
they won't
5.
hesitate to use their weapons.
So
They've been trained
that's how
to use
they're
them,
identifying themselves.
especially in self-defense. So it's not a good thing to do that. Sad to see that she got injured.
Her, the car fucking swerved and slammed onto the sidewalk. And you're gonna say, well, she shouldn't have been doing it. Watch
Sad
the
day, that's
video.
for sure.
Good God. Watch the fucking video.
Yeah, no, she got killed, all right.
Unarmed. That's all he's doing. He's being cool. This man is being cool. Offering some tobacco.
You know, my own take on it is she did hit the cop. Like, I'm looking at the video here right now. She drives forward and hits the ICE agent, and he acted in self-defense. So that's what I see looking at the video, which is not great. Hey, Mama Red, good to see you. Nice to see you in there.
I don't care. I've been working with groups like Veterans for Peace and Women Against Military Madness. They started
up
here. We used to be able to go over there by that sign because they took the people about to be deported.
Monitor the feed here.
There were like 8 or 10 of us at the most, and then when this whole thing blew up big time, including the
Quick
shooting,
phone call coming in.
the crowds grew, just tremendously, which I'm really happy about. But they don't let us stand over there anymore, which was our regular Tuesday. And then we used to be able to walk. There's a path on the other side of the building that goes all the way around. We used to walk. To finish off our hour, we'd walk all the way around, and we'd stop by the front, hold up our signs, and then we'd come back here, and then, hours up, we'd go home. Now this stuff just seems to be never ending. These people are probably a bunch of night watchman knob twisters that couldn't make it as real cops, so they come out here, they give them a gun, and they fire at will. And this is ridiculous. These people are unqualified to be in ICE. That is to say, ICE shouldn't even exist. They're trampling the Constitution as Trump is doing, and that guy should be in prison. So you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, no.
Okay, quick phone call there.
In Minnesota after Renee was shot yesterday, and now we see the
Mama Red in the house. Hey, good to see you.
And pepper balls and pepper spray.
Well, they had that lying Christy Nome
change one thing here.
who called the woman that was shot a terrorist, which is ridiculous. And all these liars, along with all the Republicans in Congress that support this criminal Trump, should all go to prison with him. All they do is lie. And the thing with lies is, if you do it consistently, the regular
we're going to give out a few
might
wrenches here today.
Can no longer
So
tell
if
the
you get a
difference
wrench
between right
and you
and
don't
wrong.
want it, just say
Because
remove the wrench
Trump is
there,
just
Tommy.
one long
Otherwise, we'll
liar
give a few people
all
some
liar.
wrenches here.
And that's the
Just
propaganda
to control the
behind
chat a
lying
little bit.
all the time.
Appreciate that.
Do you think Trump is looking to invoke the Insurrection Act? Do you think that's why he's pushing all this? And
Well, he's persecuting us all just to stay out of prison, for one thing, and he's attacking sovereign countries now. And people, I don't like to see our people, protesters, doing harm to our flag, because it's our flag too.
We're broadcasting on
Dragging the
Facebook,
flag through
YouTube,
the
and
mud.
on X.
That's what makes
Got about
these
20
idiot
people
MAGA
watching
people
on
think we
X,
hate America,
about
and
25
we don't.
on YouTube,
We're more American
and got about 5
patriotic
people
than
on
they could ever be, but they're just
Facebook.
plain stupid. They don't know anything. I mean, there's a smart
As
people
we
in the
start
bunch,
the
but those
stream
are the
here,
paid-off
good to
Congress.
see everyone in there.
Yeah, let's let them do everything. Ha ha ha. I mean, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, we got to give out a
I've
few
been
wrenches because
doing
I took away everybody's wrench,
protests
and
since my days
I don't really want to
student
be
at the U of M in the
timing people
60s
out in the
against
chat there.
war.
I'll let the
And so,
mods do
I had
that.
to work
So I do need
with,
at least a couple of
all my
mods in
spare
here.
time. Now,
And welcome to the modding world. Bob Cox, new mod in the channel here.
I go to 5-6 demonstrations every week, and then I go to these buildings where offices are for like Women Against Military Madness and Veterans for Peace, and they show documentary films about the horrible things going on in the world. Those are really good organizations, you know, like WHAM especially. I cannot speak too highly about that group of women who are against war. Women Against Military Madness, a great organization. And these people are nuts, the heck with them.
There you go. There's Bob Cox up there with the wrench.
Give your first name?
I'm Bill.
Looking good, Bob.
Nice to meet you, Bill. Good talking.
Long time
I'm John.
supporter of the stream here.
John.
Yep. And our outlet is Status Quo. Nice to meet you.
You too. And who are you with again?
And Mama Red.
Independent channel on YouTube.
Brandon Mitchell. Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, I look at that a lot. There's so much propaganda on YouTube, though.
So
welcome to the chat.
Russian bots saying nice things about, you know, Republicans and Trump. Yep. But anyways, I'm talking too much. Your turn.
I'm going to go down there and check out what's going on.
Yeah, I haven't been going live too much, so my audience is falling off here. You got to go live every day if you want to build up your audience. And my numbers have kind of dropped a little bit. If anyone is just sitting there watching, hit that sub button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that. Dragonfire, hey, welcome.
Hey, isn't that a fine? I'm pretty sure that's littering. Hey, isn't that a fine? I'm pretty sure that's a fine. Where's the police to hold these motherfuckers?
All right, so now there are more Border Patrol agents.
No, she won't be doing that again.
protesters.
Absolutely not.
I'm going to lift up the camera so you can see the line of Border Patrol agents all across the street here.
Dragonfire in the house.
Oh, there's two.
There's problem over here. Hurry! I don't want to be arrested. I don't want to touch this thing, okay?
The weather is not too bad.
You must come.
It's
Pick him up.
still freezing. Let me look at the temperature here.
And I'm a woman.
Minus 12.
In your center scope.
It's heating up to -9 here right now. So it's below freezing Celsius, that is, -9 Celsius. And but it's going up to about a little bit above zero here in a couple days. So things are starting to warm up a little bit here. I don't know if it's the days are getting longer here. I think they're getting a little bit longer every day. So we're starting to get into that warming up trend a little bit. Here's the view outside my window here right now. You can see there's still you can't really see the road. The road is brown down there. It's covered with snow. Otherwise, lots of snow out there still. They really have to clear out the streets. If I was to drive around the city here, most of the 2-lane streets are down to 1 lane because they're building up berms on either side of the road, that kind of thing. So you got to be real careful with people trying to pass you and stuff like that. So we're into the winter heavy snow conditions here. And they have to come out and blade all the streets here. As you can see, look at the street out there. Has not been bladed at all. And that's just whatever muck, salt, and whatever from the main corridors coming onto the side streets here. Sidewalks, you can, barely see the sidewalks there. So yeah, we have more snow than they have in Minnesota there. As you can see, because they're on dry pavement, even though there's snow on their banks there.
Young man right here.
Looking good. Charlie, good to see you.
Thank you.
We hope. Hopefully you get your show going again there, Charlie.
All right, so they are.
I don't know why your channel got
the pepper balls that they shot at
decimated there,
protesters.
what you guys said or did that caused your channel to go down. But I hate that when people, try and give you strikes and stuff like that. Remember, Telescope gave my channel a strike there. Tried to take my channel down there once. Where's Telescope? Probably still sleeping. Sleeping off that hard liquor. Hey, Deb's Crazy Daily in the house. Good to see you. Missed you when you came in there earlier. I think I was getting my stuff here. I got, I subscribed to this thing here where they deliver food to your house. So I'm getting this now. I don't know if you can see that, but it's I think it's a Canadian thing here. It's called Heart to Home Meals. Heart to Home Meals. And what they do is it's one of these meal type things, you know, where you buy 10 meals that are pre-cooked or whatever, and they're frozen. It's like a, you know, glorified Swanson TV dinner type thing, but a little bit better than a Swanson dinner. So I just as a tryout, I ordered 10 of those meals to see what they're like, and that's who was delivering the stuff to me there a minute ago. So I'll try those out and see what they're like. That way I won't be eating as much takeout or fast food.
When we get away with something, especially as such a hard job that you have,
let's listen in here.
You have to be on so much guard and using.
Good to see you there, Deb. From the 21st of December, the days are getting longer every day. Yeah, I noticed that. I was trying to figure out what that day was. Looking good. Yeah, we got JLR on there too. He's doing his thing. Now, I did have this set up so that you guys could change the scenes here, you know, to something different. But last night I was doing this, and then Pooh Scissors came in there, and he kept on changing it to this window here. We're trying to watch something, and he keeps putting on this static view out my window. So I disconnected that. So I was playing with that technology so that you guys could switch the view here into something else here. Let's see. I don't know. Let me see if this is going to work here. If we
and just like we witnessed in Chicago, you have a lot of people from all the.
See, I'm just checking this technology here. Browser 2. Let's see.
We've seen in Minneapolis, but we also want to expand this. We know that the fraud isn't just happening in Minneapolis, it's also happening in states like Ohio. It's happening in states like California. And so what we're doing in order to help coordinate this remarkable interagency effort from the Trump administration, but also to make sure that we prosecute the bad guys and do it as swiftly and efficiently as possible, is we are creating a new assistant attorney general position who will have nationwide jurisdiction over the issue of fraud. Now, of course, that person's efforts will start and focus primarily in Minnesota, but it is going to be a nationwide effort because, unfortunately, the American people have been defrauded in a very nationwide way. I want to thank a couple of people for their cooperation, in particular Pam Bondi, our Attorney General.
Got Human Dilemma on there.
A lot of resources to Minneapolis to start to investigate.
You look at that one stream there, Starship Adventures. He's a brand new guy that I just subbed to today. Starship Adventures, but he's kind of a multi-streamer like I am. So you want to sub up to Starship Adventures and tell him Tommy Temper sent you.
Sometimes even longer. When we realized that we needed this Associate Attorney General position, Pam got this person up and running in about a week. We're going to make the nomination hopefully in the next few days. We'll obviously let you guys know who that is when we do it. I've talked to Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who has promised me swift confirmation for this official, but this is the person who is going to make sure that we stop defrauding the American people. Here's one final thing I'll say about this. I've heard a lot of people say that we need a special counsel to investigate fraud in the United States of America. I actually agree, and that's what this position does. It has all the benefits, all the resources, all the authority of a special counsel, but with two crucial differences. Number one, it will be run out of the White House under the supervision of me and the President of the United States. And number two, it's actually constitutionally legitimate. As you guys may know, the special counsel statute has some major constitutional questions. When we get the bad guys, we want to make sure we get them permanently and they don't have some legal technicality they can get out of, which is why we set it up as an associate attorney general.
Oh, really?
I'll take some questions, but I want to make just one final observation here. When I was actually walking out here, somebody sent me a photo of a CNN headline about what happened in Minneapolis. And this is the headline. I'm just going to read it. Outrage after ICE officer kills U.S. citizen in Minneapolis. Well, that's one way to put it, and that is the way that
opinion
many
is
people
probably the
in
same
corporate
as
media have put this attack over the last 24 hours. And I say attack very intentionally, because this was an attack on federal law enforcement. This was an attack on law and order. This was an attack on the American people. The way that the media, by and large, has reported this story has been an absolute disgrace, and it puts our law enforcement officers at risk every single day. What that headline leaves out is the fact that that very ICE officer nearly had his life ended, dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg. So you think maybe he's a little bit sensitive about somebody ramming him with an automobile? What that headline leaves out is that that woman was there to interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation in the United States of America. What that headline leaves out is that that woman is part of a broader left-wing network to attack, to dox, to assault, and to make it impossible for our ICE officers to do their job. If the media wants to tell the truth, they ought to tell the truth that a group of left-wing
just remember what side the media is on.
Tirelessly, sometimes using domestic terror techniques to try to make it impossible for the President of the United States to do what the American people elected.
The media doesn't necessarily lie, but
our immigration laws.
They pick a side.
The President stands with ICE. I stand with ICE. We stand with all of our law enforcement officers. And part of that is recognizing that you people in the media, not everybody in this room, but many people in this room have been lying about this attack. She was trying to ram this guy with her car. He shot back. He defended himself. He's already been seriously wounded in law enforcement operations before, and everybody who's been repeating the lie that this is some innocent woman who was out for a drive in Minneapolis when a law enforcement officer shot at her, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Every single one of you. Questions?
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I wanted to read a quote from Tim Walz earlier today. He said, "When things looked bleak, it was Minnesota's first that held the line for the nation on July 3rd, 1863, and I think we may be in that moment now." Can you comment on his rhetoric and Mayor Jacob Frey and whether they want to see unrest in Minneapolis?
Well, that's very tough rhetoric from a guy who just quit because his fraudulent activities have been uncovered. Look, Tim Walz is a joke. His entire administration has been a joke.
No.
The idea that he's some sort of freedom fighter, he's not. He's a guy who has enabled fraud and maybe, in fact, has participated in fraud.
He's trying to enrich some other people from other countries.
Find out. I don't care what Tim Walz
doesn't give
says.
a shit, really.
I care about getting to the bottom of this fraud for the American people, and I care about enforcing the nation's immigration laws.
Is Tim an actual American? Like, come on.
Unrelated question.
Like he's sticking up for the foreigners there.
Murder. They said they're targeting Americans. They've told ICE to get the F out of Minnesota. This is going to stoke the fire against ICE.
Running a scam operation.
ICE agents right now, being concerned about them. What, if anything, is the administration going to do to make sure these folks are protected during these protests? But also, should DHS sort of revisit their procedures here? I mean, nobody wants to see anyone killed. Are there changes that need to be made?
Troy was the Ferris mod.
Look, first of all, of course,
he was
wants
pretty
an
good.
American citizen to be killed. This is absolutely a tragedy, but it's a tragedy of the making of the far left.
K9, good to see you.
They have radicalized a very small segment of the population,
K9.
taught them that ICE agents are engaging in wide-scale violation of people's rights.
Causers?
What our ICE officers are doing is deporting the millions of criminal aliens that were let in during the Biden administration. So number one, we have to say, as a matter of leadership, and I would appreciate if the Democrats would join me on this, let's be honest about the fact that we have way too many illegal aliens in this country. Our ICE officers should be supported in doing their job.
Same thing in Canada.
We're trying to actually marshal
I'm
the
on the
far
side
left
of
lunatic fringe
secure your
to
borders.
engage in doxing, to try to make it impossible for them to enforce the law, and in some cases actually to engage in
doxing is
domestic
terrible.
terrorism against our law enforcement officers.
Sounds like YouTube.
When you talk about different plans, different protocols, different policies, I forget exactly how you asked the question. Here's the simple fact. What we're going to do is make it easier for the American people's administration to enforce the American people's law. And that means that Democrats have to stop rallying the mob against legitimate law enforcement operations.
Government is not woke in the States.
Are going to get tougher, and that's what this AAG position is about. We're going to get tougher at the people who are defrauding the United States by inciting violence against our law enforcement officers.
35
That's one of the
watching on
things that we're going to
YouTube.
do. We've
Thanks
already
for watching.
started that
Give us a
work at
thumbs
the
up.
Department of Justice.
Hit that
We're going
thumbs
to keep
up.
on doing it, and this new AAG position is going to kick that into high gear.
Vice President Vance, you just suggested that this woman who was killed, Renee Good, is part of a broader left-wing network. Who do you think is behind this broader left-wing network?
Well, it's one of the things we're going to have to figure out. But here's the way that I put it. When somebody throws a brick at an ICE agent, or somebody tries to run over an ICE agent, who paid for the brick? And who told protesters to show up and engage in violent activity against our law enforcement officers? You see, just with this most recent terrible incident in Minneapolis, you see friends of this woman's or other people who are eyewitnesses saying basically that she was there to engage in obstruction of a legitimate law enforcement operation. How did she get there? How did she learn about this? There's an entire network, and frankly, some of the media are participating in it, that is trying to incite violence against our law enforcement officers. It's ridiculous. It's preposterous. And part of our investigatory work is getting to the bottom of it. Who's funding it? Who's supporting it? Who's cheerleading it? And of course, if there's illegal activity related to that, we're going to get to the bottom of that and prosecute it where we can.
Mr. Vice President, thank you for taking questions today. Is there a risk with you describing her as a deranged leftist, talking about very specific facts of these events, when an investigation is just beginning? Are you preempting a thorough investigation by drawing such conclusions? And have you received any information beyond the videos we've seen publicly about this individual, her specific acts, that has informed your point of view?
Well, first of all, the Department of Justice is going to investigate this. The Department of Homeland Security is already investigating this. But the simple fact is, what you see is what you get in this case. You have a woman who is trying to obstruct a legitimate law enforcement operation. Nobody debates that. You have a woman who aimed her car at a law enforcement officer and pressed on the accelerator. Nobody debates that. I can believe that her death is a tragedy, while also recognizing that it's a tragedy of her own making and a tragedy of the far left, who has marshaled an entire movement, a lunatic fringe, against our law enforcement officers. I think what is clearly happening here, and it's going to keep on happening unless the Democrats wake up and say, you know what, you don't have to agree with our immigration policies. You don't have to agree with what the president or the vice president believe about immigration enforcement. But why don't you take this to the ballot box? Why don't you vote? Why don't you organize? Instead, what some of them are doing is encouraging people to get violent with our law enforcement officials. It's disgraceful, and it's got to stop.
Don't do that.
Just to follow up on that question, again, thank you for taking questions, Mr. Vice President. There's clearly a lot of emotion in Minnesota, across the country, over this incident. You're calling Renee Good a deranged leftist. There's been heated rhetoric that we've also heard from officials. What responsibility do you and the president have to diffuse some of the tension that we are seeing play out in Minnesota, bring down the temperature as this investigation is unfolding?
What we have a responsibility to do is to protect the people who are enforcing the law and protect the country writ large. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, you deserve to have the people's laws enforced in the United States of America. Now, again, I'm not happy that this woman lost her life. I'm not happy that this woman was there at a protest violating the law by interfering with a law enforcement action. I think that we can all recognize that the best way to turn down the temperature is to tell people to take their concerns about immigration policy to the ballot box. Stop assaulting and stop inciting violence against our law enforcement officers. That's the best way to take down the temperature. And we're not going to give in to terrorism on this. And that's exactly what's happened. People trying to antagonize, to commit acts of violence. They throw bricks at them. Sometimes they shoot at them. Sometimes they dox them. Sometimes they go to their place of residence and harass their families. This is classic terrorism. And we cannot say that when a far left fringe is inciting violence against our brave law enforcement officials, that we're no longer going to enforce the law. That's rewarding the very people who are engaged in this garbage. The actual reward that they just got is a new assistant attorney general who is going to prosecute and investigate this stuff even more aggressively than before. Yeah.
Thanks for taking my question. So the head of Minnesota's investigations agency says that the U.S. Attorney's Office has essentially cut off the state investigations agency's access to the investigation. What is the precedent for that, and why shouldn't the Minnesota officials on the ground have access and evidence to work on this investigation?
First of all, I wish the state officials in Minnesota would investigate why you have so many people who are using their vehicles and other means to actually interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation. The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action.
Did you hear
That's
what
a
the
federal
mayor
issue.
said?
That guy is protected by absolute
ICE
immunity.
to F
He was
off.
doing his job. The idea that Tim Walz and a bunch of radicals in Minneapolis are going to go after and make this guy's life miserable because he was doing the job that he was asked to do is
You got that right.
The unprecedented thing is the
in the
idea
house.
that a local official can actually prosecute a federal official with absolute immunity. I've never seen anything like that. It would get tossed out by a judge. So what I'd like Minnesota to focus on is the real issue that they're encouraging people. Minneapolis officials are encouraging people to commit violence against ICE officials. It's ridiculous. It's got to stop. Go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you.
Sandy. Yeah, right.
There's a left-wing network to attack, to dox, to assault, and make it impossible for ICE officers to do
Maybe
their
I should
job.
make Cannabis Rex a mod.
My colleague just now that there's an investigation going
balance
on
things
into
out.
that network.
Yep.
So if everything that you say is true, how does being part of that network justify being shot?
Well, being part of the network doesn't justify being shot, but ramming an ICE officer with your car, that's what justifies being shot.
That's
it's not a good thing, by the way, but when you force somebody to engage in self-defense, it's almost a preposterous question. I'm not saying that funding some of this stuff justifies capital punishment.
Mainstream media
Nobody
question.
would suggest that. The reason this woman is dead is because she tried to ram somebody with her car, and that guy acted in self-defense. That is why she lost her life, and that is the tragedy. Now, there may be other violations of the law and other penalties that are associated with those violations of the law. For example, if you are funding violence against our law enforcement officers, I'm not a prosecutor. My guess is that's not the sort of thing that earns capital punishment, but it should sure as hell earn you a few years in prison if you're funding the effort to try to assault our law enforcement officers. What is, I'm sorry, guys, what's going on here? You guys are meant to report the truth. How have you let yourself become agents of propaganda of a radical fringe that's making it harder for us to enforce our laws? You just asked me a question that presumed that the reason why this woman died is because she was engaged in legitimate protest. She tried to run somebody over with her car, and the guy defended himself when that happened. Next question. I said next question.
Vice President, I mean, you presumably watched the video yourself. There's not the slightest doubt in your mind, having viewed it, that the victim, you still believe that she deliberately tried to ram him despite seeing this video?
Look, I don't know what is in a person's heart or in a person's head, and obviously we're not going to get the chance to ask this woman what was going on. What I am certain of is that she violated the law. What I am certain of is that that officer had every reason to think that he was under very serious threat for injury or in fact, his life. What I'm certain of is that she accelerated in a way where she ran into the guy. I don't know what was in her heart and what was in her head, but I know that she violated the law, and I know that officer was acting in self-defense. It raises an interesting point, though. Look, if people want to say that we should have a legitimate debate about, what was she really doing, right? Was she panicking when she drove into this officer, or was she actually trying to ram him? That's a reasonable conversation. What's not reasonable is for so many of you to plaster all over the media that this was an innocent woman and that the ICE agent committed murder, which is what many of you have said explicitly and some of you have said implicitly. That's what I have an objection to. The idea that this was not justified is absurd, and I think everybody knows it in their heart. Yeah. In the green jacket.
Taking down the temperature, it seems like political violence is ratcheting up and riots could be around the corner. What steps does the administration have planned to try to unite America? Average people on both political sides are so tired of fighting with each other, and I think all the journalists in this.
Check it out. Look at this video right here. Does it look like the car is hitting him? Does it look like it? Watch closely. Come on. She rammed the ICE agent right there. It's just over and over again. You can see it. The car is pushing him forward. He reached down, grabbed his gun, shot one shot through the front window of the car, and then probably a couple of shots through the side window. Like, it's pretty obvious as to what happened.
The last year dropped by 20%. Why is that drop by 20%? Is it because we're attacking our law enforcement officers? Or is it because we in the administration are empowering our law enforcement officers to enforce the law? I think that's one of the ways you take down the temperature, is you make people feel more secure and safe in their person and property. That's why we care so much about protecting our law enforcement, because it accrues to the benefit of the entire national community. I think that we can absolutely talk about the ways in which, you know, we can lower the temperature by discussing differences in a reasonable and rational way. Again, I'm happy to talk with any congressional Democrat or any of you about our immigration policy, about why I think it's necessary, about why I think it's in the best interest of the country, about why the President of the United States.
Look at this. Watch in slow-mo, right there. The car hits him, and he's the guy that shot. It wasn't the guy just standing there watching or asking her to leave the vehicle. It was the guy that she actually rammed that ended up shooting her. And it's her own damn fault for trying to kill him by running him over.
Don't attack our law enforcement officers. They are trying to do the job the American people demanded that they do. That they are not policy actors. They are enforcing the law. They should be treated with a modicum of dignity and respect. And the fact that they're not is why incidents like yesterday
everyone
happen.
out there protesting doesn't watch the video to see that.
There's a part of me that feels very, very sad.
Like even some people in the chat here say they haven't seen that video before.
Not just because she lost her life, but because I think she is a victim of left-wing ideology. What young mother shows up and decides they're going to throw their car in front of ICE
chat
officers
filter?
who are
I don't think I have a chat filter on.
You've got to be
There's a couple of words that are
to get
filtered.
to that point to where you're willing not just to protest. That's fine.
But I don't think I have a chat filter on.
But throw your vehicle in front of legitimate law enforcement officers and drive your car into them. To get to that point, you have to be, I think, radicalized in a very, very sad way. I certainly wish that she hadn't got there. I know there's an ICE officer right now who very much wishes he was not put in the position where he had to fire a gun to defend his own life. Yeah.
Thank you, Vice President. What's your message following up on that? What's your message
We'll go,
in Minnesota, the governor of Minnesota?
Actually, Troy, let me make you a managing mod there,
situation on the
so we can make sure we have the other things turned on.
To those
Stand by.
protesters who saw that video in a completely different way than you saw that video.
Well, first of all, I think if you watch every angle of that video, there is one angle where if you squint, you can maybe tell yourself that it's not clear what happened. But when you look at all angles of that video, it is very clear.
But let me go and see what's
right
turned
for the
on.
guy. She actually collided with him,
In
and
the
then
settings
that's
here.
of course when he fired his shots. That's obvious. Okay. So what I'd say to the protesters is, by all means, protest peacefully, but make this about ideas. Make this about disagreement with our policy.
Oh, moderation
Don't
is
use
sect-
your protest
strict.
as a justification
I'll
or
turn
an
it off here.
encouragement for people to go and incite violence.
Okay, I
and
shut it off.
participate in
Yeah.
violence
For some
against
reason,
our
it
law
was turned
enforcement
on.
officials.
I turned
To
it
the
off.
people on the ground in Minneapolis,
No
meaning the
moderation.
local officials in Minneapolis, from Tim Walsall on down, I'd say, look, why can't you just disagree with a given piece of immigration policy without turning law enforcement into the
Thanks for
enemy?
mentioning that.
And think about, for example, a criminal law where a police officer goes and arrests somebody because they violated
I
a
turned it
criminal
off
law.
there now.
If you're mad about that, go and protest the politician who passed that law.
Hi,
Don't
Sandy.
attack the police officer who's just doing their job. We had a wide open border under Joe Biden. I happen to think it's a good thing the President of the United States has closed it down. If you think that's a bad idea, criticize this administration for a policy decision. Don't attack our people for enforcing the law, because I guarantee you go to ICE, there are black people and white people, there are Democrats and Republicans, they are patriotic Americans
Sandy.
who are trying to enforce the law. Attack me, lay off of our ICE agents. Yeah, in the blue.
Right or left,
all
it
the way,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. We're still alive, and
You called on
the
Tim
world
Walz
is still,
to
the
resign.
globe is
Can you lay
still
out the
spinning.
case as to why he should step down?
Well,
Sad to
look,
see that,
I think Tim Walz should resign
that
because
this protester
it's very
in the
clear
car,
either
this
that
lady,
he knew
got
about the fraud in
killed
Minneapolis,
yesterday.
he knew about the
Very
welfare
sad.
fraud, or at the very least, he looked the other way.
Sad to
I mean,
see
this
that.
is not.
You know, nobody
this
is
is
gonna
not like Lex Luthor.
laugh
right?
or make
This
fun
is
of
not
what happened.
Movie
It's
villain
tragic.
fraud. This is the lowest IQ possible.
Things
fraud.
like this shouldn't
is,
happen.
We're going to take kids, or sorry, we're going to take the absence of kids and set up a daycare
Okay,
center
Troy, thanks.
where there are no children, and we're going to call our early childhood education center
Turn on
the Quality Leering Center.
5-second
By the
delay
way, if
and
you can't spell learning, maybe you shouldn't be in early childhood education. But people got rich off of this. We know that there were schools who either had no enrollment or at least they overstated their enrollment. Tim Walz, either it was unbelievable
AFK,
incompetence or he was in on the fraud. That's one of the things we're going to get to the bottom of.
What's up?
Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Can you explain the difference between this Associate Attorney General and a special counsel? And do you envision this being a permanent position or having more of a limited scope?
Well, it's going to be permanent until we get to the bottom of what's going on. So I think it's going to last for at least the remainder of the administration. What's different about it from a special counsel is, if you remember, the Jack Smith case where the special counsel was found unconstitutional, one of the big issues there is that that person was not an appointed person, completely aside from all the other issues that the person was a lunatic and that the case had no merit. There was no constitutional issue, which is that he had not been appointed by the president and he had not been confirmed by the United States Senate. An assistant attorney general, what that's going to allow us to do is appoint this person, have them confirmed by the Senate. That's one difference. The more substantive difference is that this person is going to be part of a very broad interagency White House that's being led from the president of the United States on down. And that's going to give them the resources, the access to material and information to make this person more effective. I think a lot of people have asked, how are you really going to get to the heart of the fraud? We've been asking ourselves that question for the past couple of months, and we think this is the critical piece at the Department of Justice to really ramp this fraud investigation into high gear. In the red tie, yeah.
Vice President Vance, I wanted to ask, what's your message to far leftist agitators who feel emboldened to obstruct ICE activity in Minnesota and around the country?
Well, I think they shouldn't feel emboldened because now they have an assistant attorney general who is going to prosecute and investigate their fraud and their violence more aggressively than it has ever been investigated in the United States of America. We're doing so much to try to find the financing networks and the domestic terrorism networks that legitimate this violence, that fund this violence, and that, of course, engage in the violence. These people should not feel emboldened because they have, for the first time, maybe in American history, an administration that is not going to tolerate political violence of any kind from anywhere. Yeah.
It's not clear today that the entire weight of the federal government is behind these ICE agents and this ICE agent in particular. There is still a federal investigation happening on the ground. Does that mean that they are not looking into this ICE agent at all? They are just focused on the woman who was in the car? What is the investigation if the federal government has already determined that its weight is behind this ICE investigation?
So what do you mean when you say investigation? Do you mean investigation of the shooting yesterday or of the fraud that's happening in Minneapolis?
Yesterday.
Okay, look, DHS, as I understand it, has an investigation already ongoing. I know that other organs of our government are looking at this. So yes, there's certainly an investigation that's happening right now. But as part of the broader fraud investigation, a lot of what we're doing with the Department of Justice has already started. We've got over 1,500 subpoenas. We've got people this morning, actually, we're going door to door to actually knock on some of these fraudulent care centers, these fraudulent social services organizations to get to the bottom of what's going on there. So the investigation in some ways has already been ramping up into the anti-fraud element for at least a few weeks. What we're trying to do is supercharge it and make sure there's a designated person within the Department of Justice who completely controls that particular focus.
Yeah. Just to follow up on that, Mr. Vice President,
on the terrorist
agent,
name.
is he still on duty or has he been placed on leave, on administrative leave? And what really was the target of the operation on Wednesday? ICE operation on Wednesday?
Well, first of all, it was a legitimate law enforcement operation. We were going door to door to try to find criminal illegal aliens and deport them from the United States of America, because if you come to our country illegally in violation of our immigration laws, then we have the mandate, and in fact, we have the legal duty to enforce those immigration laws. Whether he's been placed on administrative leave, I don't know the answer to that question. I'd refer it to the Department of Homeland Security, and they can follow up. I will say, look, I would appreciate everybody saying a prayer for that agent. Look, in the past 6 months, he has been hit twice by a motor vehicle. One time, the first time, it led to over 30 stitches and very serious injuries to his legs.
So that's not the first time that he's being hit by a car.
Very, very important job for the United States of America.
Come on.
He's been assaulted. He's been attacked. He's been injured because of it. He deserves a debt of gratitude. And I think the media prejudging and talking about this guy as if he's a murderer is one of the most disgraceful things I've ever seen from the American media. Yeah.
Vice President, what is your specific role in the future of Antifa?
Terrible.
I'm wondering, could you confirm reports that the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, was kept out of the planning for the operations because of her past concerns about military involvement?
Well, she's not going to do it again, but she shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Planning for the Venezuela operation, that's false. And another that Tulsi was kept out of the planning for Venezuela operations, that's
she hit
false.
the
Look,
ICE agent
we're all
with
part
her
of the same
vehicle.
team. And one of the things that is really amazing about that operation is that
Cop is going to use. He's taught to use deadly force against somebody that's trying to kill him.
And we kept this operation secret.
And nobody's bringing that up.
I'm very proud of that. I think it suggests the team works very well together. Well, looking ahead, what is my role? Look, my role is going to be whatever the president.
It'd be a different thing if it was the ICE agent just out of the blue pulled his revolver out and shot her as she's driving down the street. But that's not what happened.
Principals to talk about next steps to try to ensure that Venezuela is stable, and as
it
the
was
president
a stupid decision of that woman
to ensure that the new
to do what she
Venezuelan
did.
government actually
if you watch the video,
United States and does
she was
what the United
asked
States needs
3
to
times
do,
to get out of the vehicle
So I'm going to be as involved as the president
before
wants
she
me to be.
floored
So
it,
far, that's been
hit that
very
agent.
involved, and I'll keep on doing that so long as the president asks me to do it. In the purple.
Yes.
Even
Mr.
beyond the war powers.
Yeah, well,
we'll go purple.
She
and then
ran
we'll go
into him.
pink or whatever that is.
He was walking across the front of the vehicle, and she stepped
are there
on it.
any indications you talked about the
and hit him.
Are there any indications that the lady who was shot? I know there are different reports from there. Her wife said they were new to the area.
Watch the video.
Are there any indications she may have been a paid agitator, and maybe that there are others that were brought to the area, considering everything that's going on in Minneapolis?
I wouldn't say that she was paid. I don't have the evidence to say that one way or the other. What I do know is that she was violating the law. And if you just look at the eyewitness accounts, they were saying she was there to prevent the enforcement of the law. She was trying to obstruct a legitimate law enforcement
there's other
operation.
ICE agents
That much
all over
is
the place
obviously
there.
Clear.
So
The
she
rest
could
of it
very
forms
well
part of the
have
reason
hit
why we
somebody else
investigate
as
this
well.
stuff. Yeah.
Vice President, even beyond what the war
He's
powers
preventing her from using that vehicle as a weapon.
President Trump on issues like tariffs.
You know, what's the difference whether she had a gun in her hand or the vehicle? In both cases, she could potentially
No, I'm not
kill
concerned
somebody.
at all. First of all, we talked to some of the senators who were going to vote
like,
the wrong way, in my view, on this resolution
look at the facts.
today. Much of their argument was based more on a legal technique.
Sandy, you wouldn't make it as a cop. You wouldn't last long.
Look at the people who actually voted. Every single one of them have supported the administration's plan. Second of all, as the president, I believe himself has already said, every president, Democrat or Republican, believes the War Powers Act is fundamentally a fake and unconstitutional law.
Troy.
It's not going to change anything about how we conduct foreign policy over the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. And that'll continue to be.
But you don't piss off a cop with a gun. Put it that way.
So
you
we are
don't do
seeing
that.
regarding Iran, we are seeing the
You're looking for trouble.
The cities are begging for help
Exactly,
from the US
Dashing
and
Grandma.
Israel, naming streets in the city after President Trump.
She was a professional agitator. She came from a different state. She came from, where was it, Montana? Not even a local. She came there specifically to piss off ICE.
Well, look, we certainly stand by anybody who's engaged in peaceful protests, anybody who's trying to.
She was trying to kill them with the vehicle, yeah.
And to have their voices heard.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the Iranian regime has a lot of problems, and as the president of the United States has said, the smartest thing for them to have done, it was true 2 months ago, it's true today, is for them to actually have a real negotiation with the United States about what we need to see when it comes to their nuclear program. I'll let the president speak to what we're going to do in the future, but we certainly stand with anybody across the world, including the Iranian people who are advocating for their rights.
Watch the vehicle hit the man in front. Watch. Just watch. He's in front of the car. She slams on the gas pedal, hits him. While she's pushing him forward with the car, he pulls out his gun and shoots her right through the front windshield. There's a bullet hole in the front windshield of the vehicle that hit her in the face. And
which is the cocaine trade, the fentanyl trade, other sources of illicit
that's it.
revenue.
Maybe you didn't see that video.
Actually remove the power of one of the main destabilizing forces in Latin America and in the Caribbean.
Unjustified.
I really do think, look, we say it all the time, this is the president of peace. One of the ways that you establish peace in your own hemisphere is to make it clear that the United States is going to be respected, that the United States is willing to take power away from criminal cartel organizations and give it to legitimate governments. That's how we see the future of the Western Hemisphere, and we think it's going to be much more peaceful than it was certainly under Joe Biden. I'll take one more question. Go ahead.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. On Greenland, do you have a message for European leaders? Many in Europe reject the idea that the island could be forced.
Exactly, Cash.
Well, First of all, Secretary Rubio, I believe, is meeting with the leaders of Denmark and Greenland next week. I want to say it is, but maybe it's the week after that. We'll continue to deliver some of these messages in private, some of them in public. But I guess my advice to European leaders and anybody else would be to
Andrew,
take the president of the United
in.
States seriously. What has he said
Over on
about
Facebook?
Greenland? Set to the side the crazy overreactions that I've seen from the press and from certain people in Europe. What has
Most
the
of the
president
chat,
said?
Andrew,
Number
is
one,
coming in on
Greenland
YouTube.
is really important.
Check us
not
out,
just
Tommy
to
Temper Show
America's
on
missile
YouTube.
defense,
Come on
but
over
to
and
the
sub
world's
up.
missile defense. Number two,
Appreciate
we know that there are hostile adversaries that have shown a lot of interest in that particular territory, that particular slice of the world. So what we're asking our European friends to do is to take the security of that landmass more seriously, because if they're not, the United States is going to have to do something about it. What that is, I'll leave that to the president as we continue to engage in diplomacy with our European friends and everybody on this particular topic. And again, thank you all for listening. Thanks for taking questions. And I just ask this politics and off Republicans and get arguments with the press about things. I understand that. I think it's really irresponsible for you guys to go out there and imply or tell the American people that a guy who defended himself from being rammed by an automobile is guilty of murder. Be a little bit more careful. It's about toning down, which I know the president wants to do, and I certainly want to do. One of the ways we tone down the temperature is to have a media that tells the truth. I encourage you all to do that. God bless you.
Okay, so that's it for the conference there.
All right.
Turn that one down. See if we can bring up multi-one here.
We're going to keep showing the abomination that is Christine.
Oh, we're into multi-one. Okay, status food news on the big screen here. Bring up the audio a little. Trying to share us out a little bit here on YouTube or on Facebook. Got a little bit of glitching happening on the input side here. Got a lot of video running here. Share it out on one of my favorite groups here. Hang on. Yeah, usually my video is nice and clean in here. So I don't know why I'm getting some glitching on the feeds coming in here. But not getting better.
If you want,
hopefully
stop by.
clears
If
itself
you want
up
to
here a
introduce
bit.
yourself, that's up to you. But talk to me about.
Yeah, I'm getting the spin.
To be out here today, and how do you
Spin
feel
of
about,
death.
what happened yesterday, Renee being killed?
Exactly. He'll make a great president there.
I live in the Powderhorn neighborhood, and we are a
Definitely
neighborhood
a
that
good,
is still
speaker.
recovering from the violence of the murder of Mr. Floyd. Not the community violence, but the police violence, and seeing that replicated again
Very good
in
speaker.
our neighborhood, against our neighborhoods.
Trump has
especially
himself
neighborhoods
surrounded
of
with
color,
a
is
lot of good people
beyond infuriating.
that really know what
But
they're
we
talking
have to
about.
take action with our voices and our presence. Our fists are not going to change.
We
this.
protect our
It is
neighbors
the
and
local community
their
care,
children.
the rides and the food.
Well, what are you
and the
protecting them
shelter
from?
that we're providing one another in our neighborhood is the way
Protect
that
them
this
from
will
the
shift.
evildoers, the
And
illegal
white folks
aliens,
like me
and stuff like
need to
that,
step up and change
that are trying to rob, steal, kill,
complicity
maim,
and
whatever.
our silent
Aren't
agreement
good
that
for
this
the
is okay, because
country.
It is not okay. It is not who we are and who
It's
we say
getting
we are.
windy out there.
It needs to change now.
Wow.
Kristi Noem called Renee a domestic terrorist, but yet we see what they're doing. ICE, Border Patrol, what they're doing.
We
on
got
the streets around
Birdie
this
Num Dum outside here. Squawk. What's happening? Oh, look it. We put some ribs out there for Magpie. Man, do they ever like those ribs.
communities. How do you feel about what's happening in this country right now?
Spin City News. Hey, raid.
So
Hey, thanks a lot, Spin City.
So
Appreciate that. Nice to see you.
inconsistent with who we say we are.
I saw your live
Being
there
present,
earlier. You
being
were playing
vocal
the
is
Associated
not
Press
terrorism. Stealing
video.
children, kidnapping, murder, that's terrorism. This is not. The wasted
one there.
resources and time
This one
and effort
here.
to support our people, not just our people, any people, the world.
This one here. You had this one up where the lady's car probably ended up is probably where that memorial is at.
Did you see that guy come over here and close the scene? Are those the people that Trump is galvanizing?
It has to be. I mean, I don't know how else.
Thanks a lot for the raid. Spin City News in the house. Thanks a lot.
My wondering is
Trying to get our channel built up again here, but going live a little more often.
Oh, yeah, he's from Michigan.
Present. Oh, okay. There you
Yeah,
go.
he said he was from Michigan.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, that is, they're empowered.
Jen in the house. Hey,
by
Jen.
the rhetoric, by the lies that Christy Nome has said, by the
Really getting some glitching going on here on my
crap that Trump puts out
Set
on
up here.
social media. They are empowered by that, and we have to counteract that, and we can, but we have to be present and vocal and active.
Absolutely. Do you think Trump's intention is to stir up this chaos, and then so he could invoke the Insurrection Act?
It's so hard to even predict what his intention is, but certainly to create chaos is a way to grab more power. 100%, whatever the reason.
Also, it's a good distraction from the Epstein files, right? Everything.
And everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else. Let me just distract you with that. And then we have to be very mindful that we don't allow that to happen.
Yeah. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me. I hope you find
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Spin City News. How are you doing? I was watching Tommy Boy there last night, as a matter of fact. I was doing a little bit of restreaming last night. So we had Tommy Boy on there. I see somebody pulled a knife on him there yesterday. So, man, that's getting pretty tense
All right,
down there in Portland.
Down the block. Let's see what's going on at the other end. Don't
Pretty
forget,
tense
guys,
down
smash that
there.
like button, share this live stream.
You know, like, he's
I've
really
been on the
putting his life
ground
in danger
the past
there,
week.
doing and saying the stuff that he
A couple
does
weeks now,
there.
on and off in Minnesota, covering everything that's happening here. So if you appreciate this work that we do here at Status
Oh, it
Quo,
looks like
please support
this
us.
feed
We
has
are
gone
powered
down
by
on
the
us
people,
here.
by you,
Number
our viewers, our
I4.
supporters. Okay, we cannot do this work without you guys. So please consider becoming a member. Go to statusquo.com/join. You sign up now. It's just $5 a month. That helps us with hotels, rental car, airfare to travel, food, camera equipment, cold winter gear. As you guys know, I got frostbite a couple weeks ago in Chanhassen. My fingers are healing. I'll take off my glove to show you guys. So my the old skin, the dead skin that was frozen is now peeling off. I'm starting to be able to, I still have more feeling in my fingers now. It's been about a month. I have some feeling now. I'm still not able to use them completely, but yeah. If I get a chance, I'll show you guys. But yeah. So
Holy mackerel.
We do this work because it's really important for the people to see what is happening on the ground and hearing from the people who are.
Hang on, let me turn that down a little bit here.
You know,
It sounds like DOA or somebody in there with his megaphone with the siren. I have that same megaphone which has that same siren on it, and I hate it when people use that thing. It's just, you know, they just do it just to piss you off, you know, and usually it's Antifa that runs that siren like that forever. And you can see they're doing it to piss off the ICE agents there. Even the guy doing the video, Status Quo News, is trying to move away from it.
Just hit subscribe. Just become just hit subscribe and you get the notifications for when we go live. We're going to be live later today at another protest. As you see, they have
Hit
their,
that subscribe button if you're
ice,
just watching on
vehicles
your
out.
cell phone
These
or
are
your
the
TV or something like
branded
that.
ice vehicles that they
Scroll up or down or
drive
wherever you need to
around
go and subscribe up to the channel. Do appreciate every new subscriber that we get whenever we go live. Thank you very much.
They're
You
gonna
do.
come out.
And give us a thumbs
There's
up.
not many protesters out here. Like I said,
We
there's
only
more
have
Border
about
Patrol
14
agents
thumbs
now
ups.
than there are protesters.
Well, hit
Earlier
that,
this morning,
free.
around 7 a.m.
Show the feed a little
hundreds of
love.
people out here. 400 people.
A
maybe.
little love.
But now it is
See
just.
what we're up to
This
there.
guy-
28 thumbs ups now. Good. Yeah, things are a little slow on my system here today for whatever reason.
Not fitting in with the rest of the crew.
Not sure exactly why, but I wonder if my son disconnected my internet on me here. Running on Wi-Fi. There's always that possibility. Oh, look at Birdie Num Num has showed up again. More ribs for Birdie Num Num. Yeah, well, Jaco, I don't know that they're intentionally trying to harm any innocent citizens, but citizens have to leave ICE alone is what has to happen. The people that are agitators out there and professional protesters and stuff like that should leave these ICE agents alone and let them do their jobs instead of trying to interfere with whatever they're doing. You know, if that lady would have just stayed at home in Montana, she guaranteed she wouldn't have gotten killed, but she took it upon herself to interfere, to jam her car across the street to make sure that she blocked the agents and basically put herself in harm's way. And then she rammed into the ICE agent on top of that. So, what would you expect? What would you expect? Crime in America. Hey, you're watching what's going on. What do you think of all this stuff going on here? It's crime, all right. Anything can happen. Yeah, absolutely there, Tark the Shark. Got to be careful. And leave the cops alone. You know, if you're going to do anything, stand on the side of the road with your camera or your cell phone and mind your own business and take a video and post it up on your YouTube channel or something like that. But above all, don't be yelling at them. Don't be throwing stuff at them, and don't get in their way, and don't try and run them down with your vehicle. Like, come on. Whatever the hell, what the hell happened to common sense? You know, nobody likes to see anybody get injured. So nobody's going ha to her or something like that. That's just, terrible that it would even happen in the first place. But like Vance was saying, that particular officer had been rammed by a vehicle twice already and needed stitches. So you're already pissing off somebody that's already being rammed by a car. He knows exactly what it's like. He was just simply defending himself from that person that should have known better. Edward Cam is back again in the house. I don't think, the files have already been released. Trump has already, everybody knows that Trump was at the Epstein, I don't know if he was at the island, but he definitely was at some parties with Epstein. He's in the videos and stuff like that, in the pictures. So, it appears that nobody really cares that Trump was associated with Epstein. A lot of people were associated with Epstein. Why aren't they talking about everybody else? Even Mick Jagger right? And the Rolling Stones. I don't hear anybody saying anything about him. You know, why is it only Trump that everyone is so interested in?
It's cool, but it's
Well, I think you voted for Trump, and Trump is the guy that you voted for, and he's trying to clean up the streets. So, you know, if you guys want to go out there and stop the streets from being cleaned up by blocking their job, blocking their vehicles, blocking the roads, well,
So you're picking and choosing based on who you are. Not necessarily.
things happen. Tragic incident could have been and should have been avoided. Yeah, exactly. That lady should have known better. She was an adult. Doesn't she know what happens when you stomp on the gas with a cop in front of the car? You see it all the time with these stolen vehicles and, you know, criminals trying to get away from the police, and they ram the police and stuff like that. And as soon as you ram the police use deadly force right away.
Greg Bavino.
Like, we all know that's how it is. I know that. You know that. That's why we don't do stuff like that. Common sense.
I hope you guys get the same fucking treatment you get every lollipop deal, you little fucking midget shit.
Fucking little tiny man syndrome over there. Fuck you, bun.
Tiny man
I'd be
syndrome.
mad too if I couldn't ride roller coasters, bro.
This reminds me of being at a Antifa rally, or at a rally where Antifa is at, and Antifa is yelling at you and trying to cause trouble and trying to fight. Just brings back memories.
Look at how tiny you are, prick. Look at how fucking
Exactly, Dragonfire. She's not going to do that again. It's lacking there, Tark the Shark. Yeah, but look at, you got Edward Cam, who's always on the left side of things. It's always on the wrong. Edward Cam, you're always on the wrong side of the law. Justice for Renee Good. And that's her name. That's the woman's name, Renee Good. She'll be remembered in infamy for trying to ram an ICE agent and getting killed because of it. You know, like a pretty poor way to be remembered, I'll tell you that. And meanwhile, she had children. She should have been at home looking after her children, honestly. Exactly, Mama Red. That's entitlement. Yeah, you got it right there. Entitlement. You nailed it right there. No, exactly. Let them do their jobs, you know, instead of messing around with them and causing them interference. Like, that was stupid. Absolutely stupid. When I saw that, the first thing I thought was, well, yeah, if it's just a guy on the side of the car telling her to get out of the car and she drives away, well, no need to shoot her, you know. But then when you look at the video and you see that that she actually rammed the guy that pulled out his gun and then shot her, he was fearing for his life. He was trying to save his life. It was either his life or hers. Now, shooting her didn't stop the car from moving, but it definitely stopped her from ramming anybody else. And remember, he wasn't the only one out there. There was, like, you know, a lot of ICE agents out there. They were all over the place. So who knows whether or not she could have potentially hit somebody else there or killed somebody else. There's always that possibility.
I'm sure you're all about discipline, right, Bovino?
Roast war in the house.
You know, if it was like Kraft, I could forgive it. You come in with some fucking Miller Lite.
Roast wars.
Like a bunch of professionals.
Hey, hey. See ya. It's Kenny. Roasting them up. Rah, rah. Rush pretend. I like that picture of Ant there with the Santa hat or whatever it is there. That's funny. Exactly. The cop says get out of the car 3 times and you stomp on the gas and hit another officer and then you cry because you got shot. Come on. And where is anybody in their right mind gonna stand beside that woman that broke the law? She broke the law. You know, some people use the term terrorist, calling her a terrorist. Yeah, you know, I guess if the name fits. Rammed and still standing, yeah. Yeah, let's look at this video again here, okay? You must not have seen the video where the car actually rams them, okay? Now look closely here. You see the guy standing there? That's the cop. Okay, let me rewind it a bit here. Okay, and just watch carefully. Watch. You see that car moving? You see the car hitting him? Anybody in the chat, is the car hitting the officer? Yes or no? 1 for yes, no, 2 for no. 1, yes, the car rammed him. 2, no, the car did not ram him. Let's see what the chat thinks here. You're looking at the video right here. Did the car ram the cop? And that's the cop that shot her. He, you know, like I can't believe that the guy was actually fast enough to be able to pull his gun out and to shoot her in that quick amount of time that you're watching him getting rammed right there. Like, really? Wow. Actually, pretty good for being able to do that. But, you know, what do you think, chat? Was that a ram? 1, yes. 2, no. Did she ram him? And let's see who says what. Okay, you can see a bunch of 1s coming in there. Jaco says, no, that wasn't, no, he didn't get rammed. Well, get a pair of glasses. Dragonfire, yes. Jaco, you're the only one that's saying no, except for Edward Cam. Edward Cam, get a pair of glasses. You know, Sunshine, 1. See, Jaco, all you're doing is punching 2 in there. You and Edward Cam are the only ones that need glasses there. So go for your optician tomorrow and get a new pair of glasses. It's unbelievable. But, you know, your vision is failing if you think that the cop didn't get rammed. Like, come on. Like, you can't make this crap up here. Come on, look at it. Just look at it close. That's the best video, too, showing that, yeah, you know, for sure that she rammed them. And, you know, hey, maybe he didn't have to shoot her, maybe, but, you know, in the fact that he did actually pull the gun out and shoot, he's fully within the rights of the law in order to do that. And I doubt very much if he'll be put on trial because of this, because any idiot out there would look at this and go, wow, you know, like, who's at fault here? Who's trying to kill who here? Is he like standing there trying to kill her, or is she trying to kill him? And when she does that, he's in self-defense firing back at her. That's what's happening there. Like, come on. You know, unfortunately, self-defense doesn't get you in, put you in jail most of the time. Once in a while it does, but my video is deceptive. Well, find another video that shows something different.
I gotta tie my shoelace.
You know, any other video is from a different angle that doesn't really show, or it's hard to see what's going on. Actually, last night we looked at all 3 videos last night on my last video, and even on the one from the back of the vehicle that shows him, because what he was doing before, and you don't really see that because the video starts off with him just basically in front of the car, but he walked all the way in front of the car. From the passenger side, he walked all the way in front of the car, and he was just right in front of the driver's side of the car there when she started rolling forward. And, you know, there's another video, too, that also shows the same thing, but from the back side of the car. So there you go. Brett in the house. Hey, good to see you there, Brett. Dang it. Sorry, Troy. Guess I was no longer sub to you because I did check the channel. Good to see you, Brett. Brett Boyle in the house. I need water here. I've got 2 bottles of Gatorade here filled with water, and I'm down to my dregs here on this one.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here's the conversation. Well, some people are trying to live and breathe in our state.
Yeah, exactly. Chris says she used her vehicle as a weapon. Absolutely. I agree.
We're not
It was a deadly weapon.
You go back into your cozy little federal building.
You know, but there's certain people that just are, if you're a Donald Trump hater, well, then it doesn't matter what he does or what any ICE agent does or what anybody does under his administration. You're just going to hate on Trump and hate on everybody. So you're going to be, you know, like some of the people in the chat here, which are not going to, you know, put your glasses on and watch what happened, but just be negative, right? And all I can say is shame on you if you don't have the ability to open your eyes and to use a little bit of common sense on this one, because it's pretty easy to figure out what happened.
Mr. Bovino. Mr. Bovino. Hello. Mr. Bovino.
You know, sure,
I have a very simple
you might be a foreigner, you might be from some other country, you may not like the fact that Trump is rounding up illegal aliens and putting them in front of a judge, and the judge is deciding whether they should stay or leave the country. You may not like that, you know, and yeah, I get it. But other people just go, hey, we need secure borders. Every country has borders for a reason, right? They're put there for a reason. So don't abuse that fact and be supporting people that come into the country illegally.
Are you going to take my baby today?
And it has nothing to do with color of skin or where you're from or anything like that. It's just right or wrong.
Which one of our Minnesotans are you going to get today?
Oh my God. You know, like, this is akin to ridiculous.
I didn't get the Nobel Prize!
Exactly, Chris. He was trying to block the road, interfere with the officers, keep them from doing their job. And she was asked 3 times to get out of her vehicle. 3 times she refused, and instead she stomps on the gas.
You are class traitors. You are
And hits the guy.
traitors. You are a traitor to your
And that guy that she hit
You are a traitor
had
to
already
your
been hit
neighbors.
twice by other vehicles. So that wasn't the first time that officer had been hit by a car. So he was extra pissed off from being hit by people with cars. And he wasn't going to let it happen again, obviously. Uh-oh. Action. Let him through.
Ice! Fuck ice! Fuck ice! Fuck ice! Fuck ice!
Paid protesters. Hey, John? Could be. The Soros crowd. I don't know. Who's paying them? Nobody knows. Brett, good to see you. Haven't seen you around there. Well, actually, I saw you were live there the other day. I didn't catch you live, but I tuned in a little bit thereafter. Good to see you around. Yeah, I'm going to fill up my water bottle. I'll be right back.
What kind of attorney are you?
I do family law.
You're going to say immigration attorney. I'll say immigration attorneys are very for people who are adjusting status. I feel like immigration attorneys are very scummy. Scummy.
Oh. I mean, I have a few friends that are immigration attorneys, but I think probably there's, in all areas, some, some bad apples.
Adjusting the statuses, you can all do it online and do it yourself. You don't need to go through an attorney. It's just paperwork. I mean, I get the paperwork confusing.
You need to file and be able to get those files.
To change status.
Yes. Yeah, you can't change your own status, but to, yes.
Or you just like desensitize there and charge on a leg.
Well, I mean, I think, yes, some people have legitimate language barriers. I've had clients hire me for what I feel is the most simplest of case, and they just don't want to take that pressure off of themselves to know they're, getting done correctly. So, yeah.
It's crazy.
Thanks for holding up the fort, everyone out there. Everyone's got their original sign-up names on their channel with the @signs on there, so kind of sometimes hard to figure out who everyone is. I made myself a root beer. I added some root beer flavoring to my water. It's one of these things here. You know the Soda Stream? I've got a bottle of the Soda Stream stuff here. I didn't add soda to it, but
it was really bad. It was really, I never saw protesters.
I just added some root beer flavor to it there. Tastes good.
Always do, because they're used to us, but never brought it.
Hey. Check out Brett. Where's my Brett theme song? It's Brett. Brett, how you doing?
That's illegal.
You murderer! You murdered her!
Like I said, good to see you. Say no to Soda Streams. Zionist Corporation. Oh, no. Brett, you're right on top of everything. Biniqua. Zoltar in the house. Who's Zoltar? Thanks a lot for subbing up to the channel. If you're brand new to the show, but we got Zoltar in there, Zoltarski. Binikwa. Yeah, should I? Welcome to the chat today. Tampon Tim voice. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. Tampon Tim. That guy should have been turfed a long time ago. Tim is he's just bad for the state. He's like, why doesn't he do something? You know, if he sees that people are ripping off their different agencies, you know, it was the daycare agency, the healthcare agency, the ride for giving rides in the healthcare. Like, you got these people that set up these companies and getting subsidized by the government, and they're not doing anything. No kids in the daycares, no people that they're helping, but they sign up people illegal, whatever. It's just a big scam. And for Tampon Tim not to do anything about that, it's just plain despicable. You know, it doesn't matter what country the people are from that are doing it. Like, that's irrelevant. The fact is that they're ripping off the state and the federal government, and nobody's doing anything about it.
Her name was Renee.
That's the worst part about it. It's just standing there going, well, we'll just let them get away with stealing, you know, theft.
She was murdered.
They don't have any jobs. Yeah, that's their job, is to rip off the government, apparently, and then send the money back home to another country. And actually, what was it? The amount of money that they sent back home was more money than the GDP, whatever, of the country itself. That's how bad it was. Like, every American should be pissed off at that. People can't work night shift and sacrifice sleep time to take to the streets against their government. Yeah, well, they can. No, they'd be sleeping right now. They wouldn't be out here protesting if they worked night shift. They'd be sleeping. These people here probably don't even have a job. They're just political pundits, paid protesters, or just plain protesters. You know, they're on the left side of the spectrum. You know that much by everything that they're saying.
I'm proud to document. This is unlawful.
Craziness.
You're not here to keep us safe. You're not keeping
54 in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hit that subscription button. We got a couple of subs here already on the stream. Hit the sub button. And by the way, most of my subs on this channel were not from the convoy, because the Canadian convoy, this channel wasn't even going on the Canadian convoy. So I got a few subs on the American convoy, but most of the subs are after the convoy, just from doing restreaming and stuff like that. This is just a cool channel that is slowly being built up here. Every time I do a relevant news feature like this, we get more subs.
I wasn't afraid to die. They were trying to kill me. They knew what vehicle
And that's just the way YouTube works.
But I didn't wear a mask when I went to talk to the population. When I went to work with the civilians, I walked into the Afghan villages without that shit on. Hell, I didn't even wear my fucking
People are going to be
mask.
asking, what, do you not have a job because you went to Ottawa and protested Tommy?
You don't need to be having fucking suppressors out here. Seriously. You're not in the staff.
Well, a lot of people did have a job, but they weren't able to do their job. So they were on all kind of government assistance because the government told them not to work.
They know better. These guys know better too. So, hey, here's the
But
other
hey, I'm not trying to say that these guys don't have a job. You know? It's just the same as the Antifa types down in Portland or that are out there at nighttime. A lot of them have jobs in the daytime.
It didn't matter who the fuck you were. You could say, hey, Jim, hey, Captain so-and-so, you're fucked up. Fix your shit.
This guy really has a lot to say. He's like non-stop talk.
You should not have a suppressor on.
He was on here earlier this morning.
You should go, when you go in for lunch
giving
break,
a
go tell your commander we shouldn't have suppressors on. That's stupid.
yeah, he was bringing that up. Why do they have noise suppressors on their guns? What's the difference? It's part of what they have in their arsenal.
Because Vivino's scared that somebody's going to come here and try to hurt him. Because he was wearing Nazi fucking gear and taking glamour shots to look all tough, to troll. He was trolling the libs.
Oh yeah, BLM.
You don't need to
That was the
troll
biggest scam ever, the BLM thing there, where those
Go back to the
people that were in charge absconded with a bunch of money from the BLM thing.
That's what Border Patrol signed up for.
And yet they were trying to call you a racist for saying all lives matter,
Trump
right?
wants to fucking scare us.
Meanwhile, the BLMers took the money and ran.
Guys did it. Again, there's no reason for Border Patrol to be right here.
A lot of scammers out
out
there.
at our National Guard Center, next to our baseball fields where our kids play baseball. I'm a soccer coach here. I coach kids right over in that field, all those fields. When I got up,
Well, yeah, it's okay to protest. We don't have a problem with protesting. But as soon as you start fighting, agitating, burning down buildings, spray painting buildings, being violent, throwing objects, stuff like that, that's not protesting anymore. And that's, the left are really good for doing all kind of stuff like that. We see it all the time.
Somebody tells your boss, hey,
Like, look at last night, one of the lefties pulled a knife out on Tommy Boy, who was out there in Portland in front of the ICE building. You know, it was a leftist guy that pulled the knife.
There's a fucking protest.
Antifa dude.
I told my wife, I was like, she's working on her architecture shit, and I come here and I
So
go,
it happened last night live.
guys all outside the parking lot, and they're standing there. Oh, there's a protest. Okay, why are they all wearing?
Well, we don't mind you saying
Why are you trying to
saying things that we don't like,
There's
but
no reason for it. So then I was like, you know what? I got to go down there and at least talk to these
you know,
guys.
you have
I
to
know Border Patrol should be on the border
input
fighting
common
cartels,
sense
not in
as
Minnesota.
well.
You shouldn't be here.
Like, really, if you just say stuff and then you go, well, let me think about that. Common sense would tell me that that's bullshit. You know what I mean? So all you're doing is making yourself look bad by saying stuff like that.
So if ICE
Because nobody believes you.
What? Okay, they're fucking up, right? You tell them, hey, the unit next to you, if there's a bunch of fucking jokers in the unit next to you, you tell them, hey.
She was blocking the road.
What are you guys doing?
They had a lawful reason to order her out of the car.
Busting fucking women's skulls.
She was blocking the road.
On pregnant women in the streets.
So right away she was doing something against the traffic code.
Who the fuck is training you, motherfucker? Nobody. Where is the fucking training? And it's, again, I don't blame. Hey.
Whenever you get
might not have the
1,000 people together, you're going to have
here
some
that are
scammers in the crowd.
They
There's no
should be
doubt about
talking to
that.
their guys. They should be training them on how to fucking handle fucking civilians. If you're going to come out here and play civilians against civilians, you better know how to fucking deal with us. It's not to come out and play carriers.
Good point,
It is.
Grandma.
You should be in low-vis smocks. You should look like this guy right here. This guy should, this is how you all should look. Special teams, you shouldn't even be in fucking sight. You should be fucking back there somewhere. You're fucking special teams. Your job is to come in, not come out here and to intimidate. I'm not fucking stupid. I know how this shit fucking works. Fuck. You should
Yeah,
be in
well,
low-vis
I think it was
smocks. You got your
was it a
little fucking,
KKK guy or something that you're talking about
have them
down in the
back there.
southern
They don't
states
even need to be
there,
up here.
Brett?
Stage them where they can eat their lickies and chewies.
Well, hey,
Stay warm.
it doesn't matter
Jump
whether you're
guys.
right wing or left wing. If you do something illegal, well, go to jail. You know, I'll agree with that. And there's good and bad people on both sides. I'll agree with that. You know, you can pull stuff out like that.
There's no reason for your SWAT, your special teams. You should be back there. You got camera crews out here. But is that what it's about? Are you out here to look good for the camera?
FT, I know.
You signed up for Border Patrol. You wanted to fucking fight crime. You wanted to go down and fucking stuff the cartels. Fucking put your fucking rounds in the cartels. What the fuck are you doing in Minnesota? Seriously, ask yourself that. I got it. I got it. The little trench coat motherfucker wants you out of here. When you have shitty leadership, you fucking tell your next supervisor, and your next supervisor hopefully whispers in his ear and says, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Let's not fucking piss off the civilian population.
Yeah, Brett, I understand
Seriously.
where you don't go, well, you're not on the left, you're not on the right, and you don't go for that right-left thing. But that's how everything is easily talked about. Because people are either on the left side of the fence or the right side of the fence. Like, okay, right here, for example, I don't see too many right-wingers yelling at the ICE agents here, right? Like in this video right here in front of you, you've got the ICE agents, and then you've got the left-wingers here that are going, no, get out of my city, get out of here. I don't want you rounding up bad guys in my city. Just get out of here and go back to Trump. You know, meanwhile, the right-wingers are going, yeah, I want the idiots out of the country. Get all the illegal aliens out of here. Oh, we lost JLR.
I was enjoying my fucking morning. I got a VA appointment.
I don't know how he popped in there.
I was enjoying my fucking coffee, and then I saw this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Yesterday, you went to a high school, and we're tackling fucking high school students. You gotta be asking yourself, why the fuck are we out here tackling high school students? Is there anyone asking that? If I had an officer come out and tell me, if an officer told me, hey, Chris, I need you to go down there and fucking intimidate and rough up some fucking high schoolers, I'd be like, what are you fucking... We need to go into the Afghan schools and fucking
rough up some high schoolers.
Students. I got it. Protesters just say a lot of shit, but you guys know better. You know what's right. You shouldn't be here. You should be on the border doing your job. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got about 90 people watching.
Powers up higher are fucking telling you.
Got people watching on X here right now.
Trying to intimidate us.
Good to see you if you're just watching.
I left my last job because of poor leadership. Have some fucking guts.
No, they got families. I got that. They're fucking worker bees. I got it. But their leadership should be fucking in better control. You guys should hold your own accountable. That motherfucker that fucked up yesterday, that dude's a fucking joker. Y'all know it too. That motherfucker needs to be prosecuted. He needs to be fucking indicted and fucking prosecuted. In our streets. Well, that's all you do. Again, you should have a low-vis smock on. You shouldn't have all these plate carriers. But your bosses are saying, hey, let's intimidate everybody. Let's act like let's wear all the kit we would actually wear when we're fighting the cartels, or we're on the border dealing with people coming across that are dangerous. These people aren't dangerous. These people are just protesters here. They're here because you guys came here. They would be doing their shit. I'd be at home drinking coffee for the rest of the morning, just fucking chilling out, maybe working on my hobby. But here I am, and I put this on just to let you know, just to fucking give you an idea what I've done. So you fucking know who the fuck I am, just like you. You wear your little shit. Maybe some of you went to Ranger School. I don't know. Raise your hand. Who fucking went to Ranger School here? Anyone? None of you guys? Really? I'm being paid to stand up because I don't know if you forgot, Mr. P257, but again, y'all fucking killed somebody in my city, 8 blocks away from me.
Okay.
So I don't know if you forgot about that, but I'm not getting paid. No, I'm here because y'all killed somebody. There's blood on your hands, on your acres.
Gotcha, okay.
I'm gonna be out here the whole time. More fighters. Well, I don't know what
That's breaking news.
But I know y'all are some punk ass bitches that are scared of our city. That's what I do.
All right, guys, just got a call from Jordan. Some breaking news that just came out of the AP, from the AP. The Trump administration, FBI, is refusing to work with local law enforcement here in Minneapolis, saying that local law enforcement has stated that they are unable to obtain the evidence from the scene yesterday where Renee Good was shot and killed by ICE agents. So local law enforcement has been trying to investigate the scene, but unable to obtain evidence because the FBI is refusing to work with them. So there you go. They are covering it up, basically. They are covering this up.
Yeah, the only problem with being an auditor is there's lots of cops that don't know the law.
There.
And then
again,
they end
remember
up throwing you in
ICE
jail,
agent, fled,
incarcerating you,
They
hurting you.
They got him in the car,
and
they took
I don't
him
really
away,
want to,
and nobody knows who he is or what his name is.
get
or
incarcerated
what his,
for being an
identification
auditor.
is.
You see what happens to those guys.
Yeah. So
Eventually,
no information about that.
you know that you're in your right, but the cop is the guy with the handcuffs and the gun. So you're better off just to step aside, let the people do what they need to do.
A little less of a bitch. Well, because we shouldn't be intimidating us. And they shouldn't even be here. I can't even lie, I would never be intimidated by you.
You know who I am.
He's a team. You could have all these border patrol agents arrested right now. Okay, so you're the quick reaction force. You don't put them out behind. They should be back there somewhere. And I see a few of them. You guys got your little thing. You shouldn't all be out here, and there should be no suppression. Yeah, bro, I've never been in a fight, bro. But that's because that little fucking nonsense is out here. Please do not arrest me. All right, I'm very serious about that.
Hey, Extra Bill, good to see you.
I'm not scared of like. You shot one of our people yesterday.
It was violent earlier, way before you guys got here.
Okay.
No harm.
All that bullshit. No, I wanted to come out here and give them a little bit of, like, fucking talk to them because the shit that I'm seeing is just out of control. I bet out of control. Yeah, sure. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. Because I got. It's not right.
I mean, you guys know.
Hey, it's your good friend Extra Bill. Good to see you in there.
Yeah, I see him back there. I see that pussy over
Nice to
there.
see you popping by. Checking out the
We not on everybody ass. Look,
action happening here today. Not good. Not good. Thanks a lot for sharing us out, Luke. Luke in there, coming in on X. Hey, good to see you, Luke. Give us a repost of the stream there. Share it out a little bit. Appreciate that over on X. Trying to get some activity going here. Get more and more people over on X watching all the time. So do appreciate that. So those of you that think there's nobody watching the stream, well, yeah, maybe on YouTube things are a little slack, but starting to build up our audience over on X and Facebook there as well. So appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Luke. AMC Kingdom. Hey. How's things going? I see you're hard at it, making the videos and stuff like that. Uh-oh. Oh, no. The scorn of a woman. It's another woman. Yikes.
Nobody has touched you. No one has touched you. Motherfuckers! You were called to stand here with us. You should be marching with us.
You can't assault these officers and expect not to get arrested.
No one has assaulted officers. You should be marching with us. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, yeah, that's the...
keep in mind,
I think the government likes to have us split into different
unarmed
groups.
protesters here, armed
To
with
some degree.
signs. Actually, they have signs.
I know what you're talking about there, Brett.
And look at the weapons Border Patrol
Makes
has.
sense.
And how scared they look.
What the fuck are you doing? That's why you were called out here. You're evil fuck. Evil fuck.
What's that? Local law enforcement organizations have been instructed and refused to work with the feds. Well,
There ain't no fucking love and murder.
I think that, yeah, well, it's like here. Our local police here are instructed by the mayor of the city what to do and what not to do. You know what I mean? So if you have a left-leaning mayor that is telling the police what to do, that's where your leftism in the police force comes from. And so then they don't make arrests of drug addicts or whatever, open drug use, stuff like that. Comes from your mayors of the city. They're the ones that, it's your city that pays for those police forces. Meanwhile, these guys here are not paid by Minneapolis. They're paid by the federal government, so they don't take any direction from the federal or from the municipal cities. or from the state for that matter.
We have other places to be. We don't want this.
We will not fold.
We don't want to sit here and yell at
Some bacon on that toast.
Nobody wants you here. Go home. Go home, ICE. Go home, ICE. Go home, ICE.
It's like every week there's a different something to yell at, you know? They'll be out for something different next week. If the ICE thing finishes up, it'll be another thing. But definitely anti-Trump.
This is contrary. America stands with ICE. America.
But and yet, if you listen to the left-wing politicians, they're like, oh, the far right extremists are everywhere and they're taking over and they're causing all of the trouble and crime and blah blah blah, all the rest of it. Yeah, and meanwhile I go, right wing who? You don't even see any right wingers anywhere doing anything, but yet they're the bad guys. Like, come on.
It looks like herpes is on your lips, sir. Yeah, look at his lips. Yeah, look at his lame ass. Look at your fit. Look at his boots.
Brandon, thanks a lot for the follow.
Look at his lame ass.
Appreciate that, Brandon.
That's how
Hey.
He was just blowing that in my ear, but that's how. He's childish. He's a lame. He's in front of me.
The perpetual shit show.
Get a lint roller.
Mama Red. Government does love to divide people. Absolutely.
You got dandruff on your collar. He got dandruff on his
And
collar.
you know what? And what they want to do is they want to make it hard for you to live and then go, here, have some free shit,
He got the team
and we'll look after you. Just vote for us. Jack boots.
Yeah, look, hey, do that over here. Do that over here. Yeah. Come here. Hey, he thinks he's tough. He thinks he's tough right now. Lame ass little boy. Look at his collar, you guys. What is that? This is how black people are. Yeah. Oh, this is how.
Where's
black
Al
people
Munson?
are. Hey, you heard him? This is how black people are. Get that shit out of my face, boy. This is how black people are. You're racist, sir? If
They
you're
could have.
racist,
I don't
just say
know
that.
exactly
If you're
what they were
racist,
doing
just say that.
when that happened, but they were on the scene, out in the streets. They weren't at their like some kind of a ICE building or something like that.
I won't play that game with you. I won't play that game. Look at him. Look at him. That's how black people are, they say. You're standing in front of a black person, but you're talking about black people. Why don't you tell him to get off the fucking street? That's what I'm saying. It's just us. Why does he?
Yeah, they were blocking roads, trying to stop the ICE agents from doing their work.
Fuck you. This is conquered land. Oh, yeah, you would have loved Hitler. Hey, they're not racist, sir. Hey, they're not folding with you. They're standing next to a black man right now. You think they're with you? You think they're with you? They're gonna protect him. He's black. Hey, go get a haircut, sir. Look at him. He needs a haircut.
You know, MAGA is Make America Great Again. That's all that MAGA is really all about. Was just, you know, and you can pretty much say what those things are that Trump is in favor of in order that would make America great again. You know, like how about close the borders, get rid of the illegal aliens, bring back law and order into the streets, get rid of Antifa, you know, make them terrorist organization. Mossad in the house. Hey, Mossad.
He's a fucking loser. Get out of here, loser. Get the fuck out of here. He's talking to a veteran right now, you guys. He actually put in work. Get the fucking from in front of him. Bro, leave the veteran alone. Leave the veteran alone. He's gonna say this is conquered land. You never went to war, pussy. By the end of this, we're gonna
have Tim Waltz for you know, conquered land. Why is it always a white guy that's going, conquered land? You know, like, come on. Leave that to the people that were conquered to be complaining about conquered land. It's always some lefty white guy, liberal, that is like, well, if you don't like it, well then, you know, you're welcome to move out of the conquered land, you know, and give it back to whoever you might think it belongs to. Like, come on. Again, whatever happened to common sense?
He's a lame. Somebody ought to punch him in the face. Fuck you are, you pussy. You're a hoe.
Lands have been conquered since the beginning of time.
commies are gonna keep doing this shit. You're a lame. All right, you guys are never went to war.
And it's just the way the world
For the ass.
is.
Look at him. Yep, that's right. That's right. You're all right, bro. We got you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for your service.
Leon.
You're a real person. A real person.
Hey, nice to see you.
You're an NPC. Get off the internet, pussy. You fake Nick Shirley. You'll never be nothing.
Fake Nick Shirley.
Yeah, you'll never be nothing.
That's a good one.
I don't have a camera.
Boy,
I don't have a camera.
listen,
Fake Nick Shirley.
I'm not. Hey, I'm not.
Hey, Nick Shirley doesn't have a little megaphone or a flag.
He said he's gonna hang people. Hey, get his job. If you have a job, you just lost it. I don't have a job. Yeah, I bet you don't. Hey,
He's the only right winger in the crowd right there. Guy with the flag.
He doesn't pay taxes.
The white man.
Well, except for the ICE agents.
You're a lame. He's a fucking loser. Hey, you're a fucking waste of space. You're worse. We talking about black.
And meanwhile, you got Tiny Tim there trying to out him.
Guys like me, we build stuff and we hire people like this for $15 an hour.
He's a lame.
We hire guys like this for $15 an hour.
What's in your bank account? Show me some money, sir. He said I make $15. Show me some money, sir. Where's your money? Show me $100
That's funny,
right now.
Mossad.
Show me $100. Can you show me $100? Show me your bank account. Let's play big bank, take little bank. You fucking lame. Boy, I ain't never been starving. Fuck wrong with
Stolen
you.
hormones, still a man.
Not him flexing with $135.
$135, boy, shut your bitch ass up. Yeah, fuck wrong with you. What do you got, sir? Show me a credit card. Do you have a credit card in your wallet? Do you have a credit card,
It's a man. He's debating with a man there, and he says, "Shut your bitch ass up." Come on.
You guys are commies. Get these commies out of our fucking country. Deport them all. Deport them all. And the anchor, baby.
Get these commies out of here.
You fucking commies.
You have to admit the guy's brave. Could get beat up in that situation. Destroying bad actors in the house. Hey, good to see you. No, nothing's changed. Same old bullshit. Just different day.
Patriots versus everybody. Come on, baby. Patriots versus everybody. Patriots
Whole new
versus
round of
everybody.
protesters.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Get
that's
these
about
commie
it.
Sons of bitches out of our country.
We'll just piss them off by calling them paid protesters. They always hate it when you say that.
That's real. That's real.
Crisis actors, yeah.
Anybody talk to each other at your
Exactly.
get-togethers? Really? I mean, seriously, because you're a piece of shit. Anybody would have a conversation with you holiday.
Edward Camp says real patriots refuse unlawful orders.
Miserable!
This is the party of compassion.
Well, I don't think the ICE agents are doing unlawful things. I don't think those orders are unlawful.
You're not the judge. You're not the judge. Tell him to move and we'll move.
You guys are going to keep getting dragged out. You guys will keep getting arrested.
White men who support terrorism. They support white.
These are patriots behind me. I stand with the patriots.
Domestic terrorism.
I stand with the patriots.
That's right. He stands with the patriots. Let's watch again what happened. Why are they pissed off? Right here. Oh, they're all pissed off because some woman rammed an ICE agent. That's why they're pissed off. Oh, no. She shouldn't be ramming an ICE agent. That's not a good thing, like really. But yet they refuse to believe that actually happened, even though there it is right in front of you over and over again. The ICE agent is getting rammed, pulls out his gun. Like, really, unbelievable that the guy has the ability to pull his gun out while he's being rammed and take a shot at the woman there. Pulls the trigger 3 times.
No fucking boots.
That's what it's all about. That's what they're all pissed off about. Dave Brown, Bourbon Hunter. Hey, good to see you.
I wanted to point out that Border Patrol
always out there on your channel, doing those live panels and stuff like that.
That guy,
good to see you there, Dave.
To 7th Street.
Thanks for popping in
Nobody
here.
else, everybody else who was standing in the street
hello.
has been pushed onto the sidewalk, but except for the
we're live
the
on
racist
Facebook,
guy, he's,
X, and on
they're allowing him to stay there
YouTube.
on the street. Right in
Got
front of
over 100 watching at the moment on the 3 platforms.
Terrorizing people.
Crime in America.
I'm fine.
73 to everybody out there. 88 to the ladies. Destroying bad actors. Yeah, we are. Yeah, Brett, in case you don't know, I acquired a residence in Sylvan Lake. I acquired a new residence in Sylvan Lake, so that's where Queenie is located, in Sylvan Lake. And as a matter of fact, I just I'm putting together a quad so that I can drive around. In the wintertime in Sylvan Lake, you can drive around the town and onto the lake. So I acquired a quad, and going to be able to drive around there and do some videos and stuff like that on the lake. I don't know if we'll get into ice fishing or anything, but that's true. It is true they're destroying bad actors. You're absolutely right about that. There's a video on my channel here, not a live video, but where I met up with her in Red Deer at a, I don't know where it was, a Value Village store or something like that. But yeah, that's true.
Went through all that training, and then I was in Hawaii.
You know, I don't know that we're,
over to Afghanistan.
you know, like I'm not, I try and stay away from her stream and whatever she's doing. She's still calling people, you know, names and stuff like that, which I don't like calling people names. So I'm not into the stuff that she's into.
Then I came back,
yeah, OnlyFans, yeah. Apparently Queenie's starting up an OnlyFans account.
And then,
so we'll see how well that works. Yeah, Sylvan Lake, yeah.
Insider attack in 2014. I was medically retired. Finished up my last 2 years.
That's the latest.
Special Forces group, working with
Sylvan Lake is beautiful. I love it there.
For communications
we
and
spent,
public affairs stuff.
So I first went down there in
and then, yeah, and then I was
the middle of August.
I came back to Minnesota. I've been here.
So I've been going down there on the weekends since August. Lots of fun down there.
I don't know why we have Border Patrol in Minnesota.
The Value Village store, yeah.
Working,
that's funny.
Cartels, dangerous, actual criminals.
A long game.
I don't understand why they're wearing masks everywhere they go now. I don't understand why they're wearing plate carriers.
I don't know. I heard somebody say that. I don't know if it's true.
There's no reason for it. It's all to intimidate, and it's because that little dude came here.
That's funny.
I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. And I was sitting drinking coffee this morning.
I don't know. Well, there's some guys that are interested in that stuff, not me.
Officer should have never drawn his weapon. All he had to do was step up to the right side of that vehicle. She already had her tires turned, and one of them yelled at her to get out, and the other one was going for the door, so she probably got confused. And there was no reason to kill her. Just none at all. And, you know, I coached little soccer kids over here at these soccer fields, and I saw I was like, what are they doing over here by our soccer fields? So I just told my wife,
like,
I need to go out and
he's right. There was no reason for her to get killed. She should have listened to the police too. What about that? If you don't listen to the police and you just try ramming the cop, well, whether it was a mistake or not, it was a deadly mistake. And you don't make mistakes like that around the police, because it could cost you your life. And that's what happened to her. Sad, but you know, you can stick up for her all day long, but on the other hand, the cop's not going to go to jail because it wasn't his fault.
In Afghanistan, we never wore masks.
He was just enforcing the law, and that's what he's paid to do.
Face covering is maybe if it was cold and my guys were on a, you know, you were pulling security somewhere.
Yeah,
you know, you wore a shamag or whatever.
I don't like to put anyone down or you know, get into fights with people at all. And I was never in a fight with Queenie.
Going after him.
You're fighting you know, she's the one that likes fighting. And hey, well, all the more power to her if she likes that kind of stuff. But
they're wearing all this gear for no reason.
I'm not really into that. I never have been, not on the internet anyways. You know, I could be. I could be. I could be a, you know, get into fights in that. But
underneath a smock.
At the end of the day, who gives a shit? It's the internet. I'm just here for fun.
Running around and play carriers.
If I can't have fun on the internet, well, I shouldn't even be here.
So why are they not wearing low-vis stuff? You know, it just makes no sense. It's here to intimidate everyone here, and they're trying to get. And then obviously Bovino. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. He took some glamour shots with a trench coat.
It's up to the grand jury, yeah, Massad.
Yeah, he took
exactly.
it with a trench coat to look
Will
like
it even go to court?
Officer,
Probably
literally.
not.
I was just like,
I don't
I'm
think
a
it'll
history
go to
guy.
court.
I studied history, European history,
Because
World War II.
who in their right mind is going to look at all the evidence and go, well, yeah, we're going to win against this one?
When I was at Captain
I
Maneuver
doubt it.
career course, we studied history. I mean, come on. You don't.
If she's in the wrong right from the get-go, it's not going to go over
if you
in
came in
court.
and you intimidated the local populace like this and you beat up a bunch of people, they would hit back. That's how it works there. Americans are just very nice. They're out here protesting.
Well, yeah, you're
Again,
going to
if
have
these
the
guys
odd
weren't
person
here,
that's
none of
not
these
going to
people
work
would
for
be
them.
here.
I don't know if
The other
that's
thing
a
is,
huge
ICE needs to be
thing there,
observed.
Brett.
So if you got bystanders who are trained, which I've seen, I haven't gone to any training, but I've seen flyers for it. You go to training and you're there to document what they're doing. And yeah, you shouldn't get in their way, but you're there to document.
That's true, though, yeah.
And so there's just
Scumdog in the house. Hey, Scumdog.
For that guy to kill her. It's like, and they showed up one day early. It just is weird. Like Bovino shows up, and then they kill a woman, a young mother, or middle-aged mother. I'd say young because I'm 53, and there's just no reason for it. And then the training on that guy, and I just think Minnesota needs to indict him.
Okay, we're going to give out a couple of wrenches. Scumdog, I'm giving you your wrench back there. Because I took away everybody's wrench,
what it sounds like is
and now I'm giving a few wrenches back.
The federal, DOJ fucking prosecutes him, and they should.
Got some people here that are going to get their wrenches back here. They've had wrenches before.
The FBI is refusing to work with the local.
Of course they are. Yeah. Because
so local law enforcement cannot obtain the evidence from the crime scene.
Yeah, they're going to make it really hard for us to obtain, so they can indict that guy.
Scumdog.
That's what they're going to try.
Didn't
to
you
do.
have a wrench
The thing
in
everyone's a
Andy's
history-
chat there?
I'm a history person, and I understand that. Eventually there will be justice, and it'll come around. It might take a little bit. It might take until the next administration.
What does the
because
highest
this
level win?
administration is
I don't
not
know.
They're here.
It's
they're
just
here to put
you don't win
intimidate
anything.
civilians. I don't know why they're in American cities doing this. They say they're here to get like, dangerous criminals.
Feel safer with Scum
but
having a
again,
wrench. That's
the
funny.
Statistics have
Next
been
there a
put
bill.
out by multiple news organizations, is that
Well,
they're
Scumdog
not
comes
getting
around
those
here.
criminals.
Like
They're
when
going
I'm
to get the
live,
easy targets.
he
Again,
comes around and says hi and whatever,
when
sticks
you're,
around,
when
whatever.
you're going after,
He lost Mod Wars on Andy's
Taliban
channel. Uh-oh.
hierarchy.
I know, I remember you.
Yeah, it's easy to get.
I remember you
low-level
used to
guys,
be a mod
but
on
your
this
job
channel,
is to
though.
try to get. You want to get the higher level guys so you can break it up, right? So actual criminals, yeah, but going after mob
I've
who are just trying to.
I was giving
live,
wrenches
trying
out
to
to
figure
people
stuff
that
out. We have
donate to
all
the
kinds
channel
of reasons for people to be here.
and
So,
stuff like that.
I
but-
saw that video where there was a pregnant woman and an ICE agent put his near. There's no reason for that.
and or
That's
pop
just
around
out of
here and
control behavior, and it makes
say
these
hi
guys look bad.
almost
It
every
makes
time
these
I go
guys look
live.
bad to the public, and
Where was
they're-
all the
most of them
uproar
are
when the
just
kids are being
low-level
abused
workers
and
trying to do
killed
their job
by
on
the
border.
illegals?
They're trying to keep
Exactly,
America safe.
Brenda.
And they shouldn't be in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But again, when other agents are not trained, poorly trained, we saw a video.
YouTube comedy there, Chris.
like,
Yeah.
Who's that? The Dean Cain actor dude tried to go through the training and could barely make it. Like, who are we hiring? And then they won't give out information on
Retired
who's going
in
through
the
training.
house.
What
Hey.
training do they have? Who's their leadership? What training does the leadership have? They won't tell any. That's not.
Oh yeah,
that's not
he's got a big
transparent.
Ranger sign on his hoodie
Law
there.
enforcement agencies
Yeah.
should be operating in the U.S.
Well, he does know something about the Ranger because he was asking those ICE agents if they were
Yeah, and then they
Rangers,
lied about
right?
it.
I don't know if you were watching
and then
earlier
yesterday
there.
they lied about it and said that she's.
But he
a
definitely
mother
likes
of
talking
a young
to
kid
Status
who's a
Quo.
domestic terrorist 'cause
He
she
did
was
an interview
a
with Status Quo
bystander who
there
probably went through the training
earlier.
here, was told, "Hey, go follow ICE."
And then he
what
was
they're
really
doing,
out there
and they killed her.
mouthing
And there was
off
no
at the
reason.
ICE
And I
agents
watched
there.
that video at least 30 times yesterday. I was incensed this morning. I haven't come out to this stuff. I don't come out to this. I've gone to one. I went to one protest with my wife.
Sports team name, yeah.
It's not that I don't. I support
The Rangers. Yeah, I know.
I'm
I've heard of them.
definitely a DFLer in
A hockey
Minnesota.
team.
You know, on my Facebook, I let everyone know.
New York
I'm
Rangers.
an ex-communicator from the military, so I know how to communicate. I'm going to tell you like it is, and usually I'm dropping about
Destroyer
10
in the house. Hey, Destroyer.
I'll try not to. But
whoop.
I just think there's no reason for plate carriers. There's no reason for all the, as they call it, in Rangers we called it
destroying
the Gucci
bad
gear.
actors.
You don't wear Gucci gear to talk to civilians.
That's funny.
When I was in Afghanistan and I was going in to talk to the civilians as a commander at 82nd
Sound like a friend of DOA's.
We took off all of our gear, put it in the truck.
Calls everyone a bad actor.
Combat gear, no mask, in the truck, and most of my soldiers did too, other than the local perimeter. And then we went and talked to the local leader, the local mayor in Afghanistan, as you call him, because we were trying to create a partnership, and you don't gain partnership.
Don't worry, I was just thinking about giving Brett a wrench.
All your dudes with plate carriers.
Brett's a great supporter of the channel here. Look good.
Okay, if they're the special ops team or they're the special
monthly contributor,
team, they should be back in the parking lot. They shouldn't be showing their stuff. There's no reason
Brett,
for
you
that.
deserve a wrench.
They're doing it to intimidate a bunch of old people.
Or are you still anti?
There's a lot of old people out here.
Anti-wrench.
Somebody came in here who's untrained and decided.
Look at you, even have a green name in my channel.
He could have got out of the way. All he had to do is take a step out. There's no reason for him to try to. They're told. I watched on CNN where somebody read the DHS standard operating procedure, or what we call an SOP, and it said, you do not block vehicles. You don't shoot at vehicles going away from you.
Hang out on the beach wave,
tires, I told
watching the
yesterday, I said, all you
winters.
got to do to know that she wasn't charging him was her tires are fully turned, and she was trying to just get around that car on the right side. And that officer came around.
Oh,
and then,
before
because he
DOA
was too
ever said
close,
that.
Or he
Oh,
stepped
that's
into
good.
the vehicle. He had
Stole
his
your
weapon
shit,
out.
yeah.
He shot her for no
DOA
reason.
is such a whiner.
And then it was like
He
went
fires
after
up
her,
his stream just
like
to
he was
whine.
chasing her to
Oh,
kill her.
I'm just not feeling good. My head is not.
She was, yeah. So again,
not where it should be.
And I was
I'm
incensed. I said that is just
He's
wrong.
just yeah.
And then the problem is,
What is he? Could be in a mental hospital or something.
And there's probably good people here. There's good people in the programs. Okay, what we know
Stolen
about
Valor,
ICE in the past is they
says
went and
Luke.
actually
Of course, you
got
watched
bad
it on
people.
CNN.
The
Yeah,
other thing
exactly.
is the problem is it's not these guys either.
Yeah, pretty
this
much,
Administration, the Democrats and Republicans, you can say both. We haven't taken care of. Our Congress hasn't settled the immigration issue.
Tink in there.
And
Hey, Tink.
They screamed Biden let.
You got a
all these
prize
people
coming
in.
your way.
One, they lied a lot, so we can't really trust all their numbers. And then they break down our organizations. They break down our government.
Big
so then
prize.
our government isn't. People
Arthur,
don't trust
hey.
the government. Why are you doing that? The goal
You're
is
back.
these guys want to have
4
trust.
beers, and you're
Their
ready to
moms
rock and
their
roll.
moms and
Hey,
dads, and
it's
they work.
Arthur.
I don't understand why you would
Bringing us to
trust
heinous.
your own civilians.
Thanks a lot for subbing up. Anybody that subbed up here just during the stream here.
Is on purpose.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's
Whoop,
exactly
whoop.
what
Big
I thought
ups,
yesterday.
everyone.
It's like, I don't know. I would
If anyone
like to
drops a
have been
link in the
team
chat
room before
there,
those guys
give them a
went
sub
out,
too
and
there,
some of
like
these guys.
this one right
And
here.
I'd like to hear what the team leaders, some of these leaders are telling
People
their,
are.
telling
If you
the
type in my
foot
chat
soldiers, as they say.
!link,
Okay,
my
so we
bot
have
will
a thing
drop
in the
your link
military
there,
called
and people
Commander's
can
Intent.
sub up to you easily.
Okay, so if I go into a village and I say,
So
hey,
make sure
listen
you
up,
take advantage of that.
we're going in, we're doing an aid package. We got these vet techs and these doctors, and we're going to go in and work with their animals and the people, and we're going to do a med cap or something. I don't tell my soldiers,
cap.
hey, you need to go
Check
in.
out Brett's channel.
Make sure you show force. I want
Trying
you
to
to
expand
be,
it there.
You know, cover everything. We're going to go in hard. We're gonna
Arthur.
do this.
Wow, thanks
No,
a
I'm gonna
lot.
say, hey,
Have a beer
we're
on
going
me.
into a
Hey, thanks a
civilian
lot.
village. Intel
Appreciate
is telling
that.
Me, these guys have intel people.
Wow,
It tells
it's
them
Arthur
these
in
are all
there.
civilians. They know,
Again,
they
he's
know
given
who-
us
you know, some of that
a
stuff.
super
But you
chat
don't tell
there.
them,
So
hey,
you know what?
we're gonna go in
For
there
the
and do this.
favor
Give
back
a commander's
there,
intent. That's like,
Arthur,
hey,
we'll
we're gonna go into this area.
we'll give
We're
you a
going into
wrench
village,
and
we're
make you a
doing
mod
med cap and a vet,
because
to work with
anybody
medical,
that gives us a
whatever.
big super
We're
chat
gonna
like
be
that deserves
helping
to
them.
be
So I
a
need you
moderator
guys,
in the
make
chat.
Sure you're not looking intimidating.
And we do
let's
appreciate
do everything right. I still go through the same
anybody that
battle
gives
drills,
us a super
everything else,
chat.
like if we were
That's
to take
Arthur.
contact, but we go in, we take our
Heinous
gear off.
in
I
the
go and
chat.
talk to civilians with
Big
nothing
ups.
on, just
Thanks a lot.
myself with my face, and whenever I went and talked with Shura leaders or local
Makes
Afghan
me
leaders,
feel good.
there was always Taliban in the crowd.
We're live here
There's always
for
Taliban. And they know who
2
I
hours
am.
and 18 minutes,
some
and
of
that's
them
the
I knew who
first
they were,
super
kinda
chat
knew
that
who
we
they
got
were.
here.
But
So I do appreciate
wasn't
that.
afraid.
Thank you very much.
That's my job is here.
Arthur.
And that's, why are you afraid of civilians? Yeah.
This stream is sponsored by Arthur Heinous.
There's a couple of them.
One of the best
or at least they're,
people out there
they're
on the internet.
Trying to say transparent. Putting a face mask
Thanks for the
up is not being
sponsorship.
transparent. You're supposed to be law enforcement. You're supposed to be protecting people. You're supposed to be doing your job.
Let's go.
Okay?
Mo in the
Politics, I
house.
got the politics, but Congress needs to do their job. They need
Make
to get
peace,
together and
not
get the
war.
immigration bill put together, and they need to take it all the way up to Trump. And if you want to do it, then the people need to go and vote. We need to hit the midterms.
That's right.
and vote.
That's
If
what you
Minnesota
vote.
GOP
You
is
don't
gonna
attack
go to
the
Congress
ICE agents.
yesterday
If you don't like
and
what they're
trash
doing,
our whole
vote.
state
Vote.
and try to
Vote
say
Trump
every
out.
Somali is a fraudster.
Everyone
I'm
has the
I'm
ability
I'm
to
a coach.
vote.
I
If you
coach
don't like
soccer
what's
over
going
here.
on
I coach all
politically,
kinds of
hey,
kids.
get out there and
I
vote.
coach all the kids over here.
But
I
don't
coach
go,
Somali
oh,
kids.
I'm not
I grew
voting
up in
because I don't like
Minnesota
what's
where we
happening.
had the
You
Hmong,
know, and like,
the Vietnamese
doesn't matter who you
parents
put
came
in there,
over.
it's all bullshit,
one
you
of my
know.
best
You got to
friends is named
get out
Charlie
there
Young.
and vote. If you don't like your politics,
He came from
change it.
Cambodia. His family fled.
Change is
the
not going to
Khmer
happen
Rouge.
if you just
His
sit
brother
back
was
and
shot in the
complain.
knee. He came to they lived in my neighborhood. I met his parents. His dad was a
Let's
public
go.
works contractor. Like he did all the roads in Cambodia and stuff. So and then his son
Cambodia.
now, I think Shamadi Un is a doctor here. His wife was a
Corrupt
here at
voting
Roosevelt
counting
High School.
system,
His
yeah.
wife came in from
Dominion
Japan as a,
machines.
international
Hey, that's how
student
Carney got in.
and fell
Those
in love,
Dominion
and they got
machines.
married, and she's a doctor. So immigrants come here.
Yeah.
And what do?
Legally
they
or
become
illegally?
doctors. They can become administrators. They become professionals.
But not if they're illegal.
Their parents are trying to make a better life.
They come here
Most people that come to
illegally
America are trying to
or
do
into
that.
your country
And
illegally, they'll get booted
to
out.
label
They should.
people domestic terrorists yesterday that was outrageous. It's just outrageous, and people need our Congress needs
That's
to get
funny.
control.
He says
Our
domestic
Congress needs to
terrorist,
push
and right
back
away
really
he thinks
hard
about what happened
because
yesterday.
It's just unacceptable. I'm scratching my head. Why is Border Patrol here? These guys want to be fighting the cartels on the border, not standing with a bunch of,
Unfortunately, the borders are cleaned up,
And
and
we
they don't
know-
have to worry about the borders
with
anymore
with
because
nothing.
people aren't
We're
coming in
getting
over the
mostly
borders.
my
Now
signs
it's
and cameras,
getting
old
rid
people,
of all those
and
people
then
that came in
we
under
got
Biden.
these,
That's what they're
instigators
doing.
that have come to Minnesota to lie about our people, to
Pretty
lie about
simple.
our state. It's like I worked misinformation. So at Group, I worked. We worked.
Yeah, I know,
in
but
Northwest Africa.
if you
So
vote
I
the
worked
Green
with,
Party or the marijuana
Burkina,
party, you know,
Faso.
not going to go
sent
far.
Guys like you with cameras to Chad Lake Basin area, Mali,
Cannabis party.
Niger. You guys remember when Third Group had some guys killed in
BBC,
Niger, right?
CBC,
Well, they were trying to work with
CNN,
the local,
yeah, on
population
and on.
because Boko Haram, and they got
Similar.
ambushed, right? So the job
Guys
of
are getting
Group
screwed over
is to
in
go
UK.
these flashpoints and try to
Like really
stabilize.
sad to see
Okay?
what's going on over there.
Border
Really
Patrol's not
sad.
here to stabilize anything in Minnesota.
Getting worse all the
They're coming
time,
here
and
to
it's coming
intimidate
over to
because their
the United
leadership,
States
for
and
some
to
reason,
Canada.
has it in their
We're
head.
getting screwed
That's what they want to do, and I
by
don't
the
understand
globalists.
Why are they attacking our
The
states?
globalists are
And
pushing
then
their
the
agenda.
blue
And
state,
Brett,
red state shit.
that's where the
I'm trying to
problem is.
imagine
It's the
if, like,
globalists. They're pushing their
Biden
stupid
or
agendas on
Obama or
everyone.
even George
The
Bush
net
sent
zero
troops into
bullshit.
Texas claiming, there's too many
You know,
undocumented
climate change
immigrants.
bullshit,
I'm gonna
scaring
show
all the
you.
children in the
That's
schools,
crazy.
making them
Why
think
are
they're
they
going to
sending
die
them to our
tomorrow.
state? There's no reason for it.
Deserts are going to
And,
be everywhere,
I
and
felt the
everyone
sense.
is going to
I
be
was drinking my
dead.
coffee, and I'm allowed
That's
to
what's
on
happening in
Facebook
schools. I
and on
know.
my
I've
social
got
media
kids in
because
school.
I was
That's what
trained
they
at
tell me when they
Denpost,
come
which is
home. They go,
the
Dad,
Defense Information School. And I was
we're
like,
all
you know
going to
what? I'm gonna
die.
Get off my ass.
And I go,
Come out
what?
here and
What are you
fucking
talking about?
support
Yeah,
my
they told me that in
residents,
school.
My neighbors. That's where I coach soccer
For F's
kids,
sakes.
right over here. I knew they were at the National Guard building. Again,
Check what these people are saying.
these guys should be ashamed of what that officer did yesterday. And there was no reason for it. And again, they're here to intimidate.
Florida,
And I
Mama
guess I can
Bear.
break
Hey,
it down.
good to see
They
ya.
have little special teams within Border Patrol that are more of their high special teams. I have soldiers
All
that
the way
work in
from
Border
Florida.
Patrol. They have their lower agents
Whoop,
who
whoop.
just work daily stuff. They work the border, and then they have their special teams. They have guys out here with suppressors on their weapons. Yeah. There's no reason for that.
I'm the
Again,
problem.
The plate carriers,
I help the
that must be
establishment
from
by
high.
voting
They
Team
should be
Red
wearing
and Team Blue.
low-vis,
Well, yeah, I know,
body
but
armor underneath
hey,
smocks. Even the
I do what I
people, I
can
don't
do
remember
to
them
change
wearing all
things
this
within
gear
my power.
years ago, right?
You know,
They-
I don't
they went and got
talk
criminals in
about
high-risk
things that
areas.
cannot be changed
Why
or
are
that
they wearing all
you
this
know
stuff?
I can't
They're wearing shit
influence.
like-
I can't
like-
make any
like they're in
influence
the
on
Stack
stuff.
and Ranger
You know, I
regiment.
know what
They're
you're
going
talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about,
target.
but I can't
Like,
influence that at all.
These guys aren't with CAG.
I can
They're
talk
not-
about
they're not with anyone.
things that I can
There's some guys that should be
help
like
to
that.
make a
They
change
should
with.
be highly trained,
And
but they should
really,
be on the border
I can
fighting the
only
cartels.
decide,
Why are
well,
they here
are you better off
intimidating
being,
local
right wing or left
There's
wing?
no reason.
You know, like that's pretty simplistic, but
I mean, if you want to,
those are
No,
kind
no,
of
go ahead, I'll let you go.
the
That's
two
it.
major choices.
Yes.
You can not vote or vote for something else that's not right or left, but something more libertarian or whatever. But they probably won't get in, and it probably won't make much difference. So at least vote for something that you think will make a bit of difference.
Yeah. They had to rescue the cat out. Yeah. My sister was getting all her kids in her van. Yeah, that happened.
Cam in the house, sir. You change nothing by voting liberal or conservative. You help the establishment and give them exactly what they want. You perpetuate the problem. I know, but okay, let's say, for example, you don't like the carbon tax, or bullshit with net zero and stuff like that. Well, you know who's bringing that in. That's the left wingers. It's the the liberals. So if you don't like that, you can at least vote them out and vote in somebody that's not going to do that. Hang on, let me change this to a different multi here. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I hit the wrong button there. Here we go. Let's see if we can bring up some audio here. Oh, this audio is screwed. Excuse me, I don't want to go into the back end here.
Your children are embarrassed of you, and they always will be.
Let me try, what's human?
Shame.
This is very shameful.
Let me try this one here, hang on.
Tiny man. Your children are so
Human dilemma.
Doing with the Department of Justice has already started. We've got over 1,500 subpoenas. We've got people this morning, actually. We're going door to door to actually knock on some of these fraudulent care centers, these fraudulent social services organizations, to get to the bottom of what's going on there. So the investigation in some ways has already been ramping up into the anti-fraud element.
Okay, let's bring up this. We got audio coming in from window number 6 up there,
Man.
Human Dilemma.
Thank you so much for the $99 super chat. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your work in Washington State last week. Please continue exposing. I will. Thank you so much. Let's get W's. Let's get W's in chat.
But Brad, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're saying. But I'm just thinking there's only a few things that I don't like.
You're the ones they need protecting from.
And probably the things that I don't like here right now are more related to the stuff that the liberals are bringing in, That's what I don't like. So in order to stop the liberals from their nonsense, you have to vote out the liberals and vote in the conservatives. Sure, conservatives may not be, what you're looking for either, but they're better than what the liberals are doing. So, I say at least make a change to make life better for you and I. That's not what the liberals are trying to do to us, to the wokeness and that kind of bullshit, That's where I'm at here right now. If you want to change the government or change the way government works or stuff like that, well, it's going to take a little more than that. You may have to change the Constitution and a bunch of other things in order to have that happen. And you saw how that worked out. Remember with the convoy? And I remember how our good friend tried bringing in a bill to the senators in order to change the way government operates, and he was perceived as being a terrorist. So you have to watch what you're doing. Kevin, hey, it's Kevin K in there. Hey, good to see you. Nice to see Kevin, streamer from the days of the convoy. He was out there at the convoy, boots on the ground there with the Canadian convoy, Canadian streamer. Good to see you in there. It's Kevin K in the house. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot for popping in to say hello. We've got the action happening down in the States here that we're bringing you here today with the lady that got killed for ramming into an ICE agent, and the ICE agent ended up shooting her. So at the end of the day, it was pretty sad there yesterday that happened. So now everyone is talking about it. Either they're on her side, saying that she was in the right to do what she did, and then you have the other side of the story where people are saying that the ICE agent was fully in the right for doing what he did. So there you go. Yeah, scumdog, your purple vote means nothing. Yeah, exactly. Or green vote, or PPC. I think you're talking about the PPC there, scumdog. That's all that does is split the vote. If you vote for some party that's pulling votes away from the conservatives, well, you're splitting the vote. Is the way I see it there. Dookie Dookie, what's up? Tommy Boy is the DOA of this protest. Yeah, exactly. Later on, Tommy Boy will be live over in Portland, Oregon. He's definitely an ICE supporter, Donald Trump supporter, and he'll be out there agitating the people that are going to be
I know last night they had some people going out.
Shared on Reddit. Hey, thanks a lot, Reddit.
I'm assuming we'll find
thanks
out
for the
more
Reddit share.
on where they're
we like
gonna
to
be
agitate
tonight.
the people on Reddit there.
I say just good rule
That's
of
a
thumb
good
is
one
to
there.
continue
Canada have a second
the Hilton
amendment.
Hotels.
No.
Not
Well,
only
we have
that,
what's
but,
known as a constitution. We have constitutional rights.
Also
we have
making
a
sure
right
that we don't
to
support Target.
have guns, but not to the same degree as in the States. We have the right to say things and have somewhat. It's not really free speech, but you know how it goes. And then there's hate laws and stuff like that in Canada that you guys don't have. So actually, you can get away with a lot more talking and saying things a lot more in the States than you can in Canada.
More and
that
more
I know
people
for
are
sure.
showing up. Beautiful thing. Come bring water. Come bring
Like
wood.
people are regularly
bring your signs.
Arrested in Canada for saying things on
Heading
social
up
media.
to the other side over on 33rd.
Like you cannot try and incite
Been getting
harm
a lot of action over on
or
33rd
incite,
because that's where the beginning of the
people
blockade
in Canada
of
at all.
Portland is. And
Or else they'll show up at
so
your door,
many
bang your door,
Karens
right?
and Chads are
Brett,
so
you know
hurt
what I'm talking about.
that they have to wait
You've
in
had
a
the cops show up
traffic
at your door and talk to you about stuff that you said on social
by
media. It's a real thing in
being
Canada
in their
that,
warm car that they can't.
that we don't have
they
the
can't
same
stand.
kind
We
of
already
free
had some
speech that they
lady
have in the
yell at us
States.
to
That's
tell
for
us to
sure.
fuck off. I
Absolutely.
think she said something along the lines that they're going to take care of it, but many times we constantly see that the government, the state police, even the fucking city police, they don't take that into account. We're still seeking justice for Juice.
Spooky.
My boy Juice, DJ Juice, who was murdered over in front of Mortimer's this summer. I mean, so many killings, so many by the police, so many by others.
Well, yeah, that's true. But
We show up and we show out.
people start up new
You know how
parties
to
all
do
the
this
time,
every time.
you know, and they
Bring
either
wood
go
for each
places
other.
and you win. Like look at
We go
like the Wild Rose Party
bring
and
water,
what
we get
happened
people
there.
to bring
That it
pallets. I mean,
basically
this is how we do it,
started
people.
up, became a big thing,
You got any
whatever, and
wood
then
pallets
you
at your house, bring
you
some
ended
wood
up having
pallets.
them
If you
join
have
up
any
with a
Christmas
new
trees,
conservative party.
bring your shovels.
And then you've got now you've got in Alberta a new
We're out here
progressive
shoveling.
conservative
Like I said,
party
we'll
has
probably
started
have
up.
the-
You know, and you have stuff like
the
that
most
all the time
well-kept.
happening, which that's not a problem
Is that
with
Uncle
that.
Mike?
You know, somebody has
How
to
you
just
doing,
get out
Mike?
there and do it.
I ain't seen you in forever, Uncle Mike. You look even more handsomer than I ever saw you. Man, the bike
Botrix.
is treating
Yeah.
you good. You look
Yeah, that's
even
what I'm
younger
using
than I saw you
for my
last.
bot is Botrix. Botrix
I'm
pretty
live
much
streaming.
does
Is that okay if I get you on camera?
most
'Cause you
everything that the other bots will do for
over
you.
here.
But plus
Mike,
it also
tell 'em
has
what
some
it is.
games
Why
and
we
stuff
out
like
here,
that
Mike?
that you can set up, like gamble
Yep.
with points and stuff like that on Botrix.
Outside always.
So
Bless you, Mike.
also
You're the
the
man.
reason that I used Botrix is that it was able to bring
That's what it was.
comments in from, for example, if you're on X right now and you make a comment on X, then Botrix will bring that
Over on the other side, they have
comment over,
tea and
or
some
if
other
it's
food and all
on
that
Kick.
stuff. So, yep, get hydrated.
It's actually Botrix is
Thank
big
you,
on
Elton.
Kick.
Bless
Most
you
of the guys
always.
on Kick use Botrix. And it does the same thing there where it brings the comments from Kick over.
No, I'll be
Actually,
messing up
I
names
was
all
wrong
the
with that.
time.
I'm using StreamYard.
And, you know, the
StreamYard
things
is how
I've
I'm,
learned.
you
Power
know,
to
like
the
I'm
people.
doing everything on
You
OBS.
say it with
And then from
confidence.
OBS, I'm
And then,
starting
you
a
know,
virtual
when you mess up, you just take accountability. I
camera,
fucked up.
and
It
then
was
feeding
Elton.
that over to
We're over here on
StreamYard.
33rd
And from
Street in
StreamYard,
Portland,
that's how I'm streaming
holding it
onto
down.
YouTube,
Because why? Because we
Facebook,
keep
and on
each other
X.
safe.
And I can see the comments coming in on all of those three platforms.
One police officer out over here.
And then
They know
it
what
comes up
happened
on that
over
little
here.
window
They
there,
know what
or I
went
can bring it
down,
up
but
here
they
like
do not
normally
keep
on
us safe.
you can on
It'd be
YouTube,
beautiful
or
if the
on
police came over here and set up some
StreamYard,
barricades
should
up
say.
over here, and you know the forklift. But no,
Yeah,
we
not
gotta
good
go ahead and
advice.
make sure that we are safe. I mean, I
Not
said
good
it earlier.
advice.
When
If
Winston Smith Jr.
if a police
was
officer
murdered,
advises you to do
assassinated
something,
about 3
it
years
would be
ago
common
in
sense to
Uptown,
listen to him.
we were doing the same thing. We were setting up barricades and making sure that we were safe, and the police came by and tore it all down. When they tore it down that very same night, there was a
ICE
group
isn't
of
law
protesters
enforcement. Yeah, they're different.
out
They're
on the
federal.
block where he was murdered, and
They're some kind of federal
the young lady was murdered
enforcement.
by a car that ran through the barricade that night. You know, what I
How
mean?
they're
So
different,
this is,
I don't know.
This is why we do it. We've done
But
this.
they
for many
obviously have
years.
the ability to
Twin Cities, we
have
keep each
guns
other
on them
safe.
and to cover their faces. And I think they also don't have
We keep each other
identifier
safe out
badges
over
on
here.
them as to, you know, what's their badge number, what's their name, you know, stuff like that. Seems like they're like being hidden completely from being doxxed. And it also seems like these people that are out there are really trying to dox the ICE agents, which of course they don't like.
Second of them. You're a peasant as well. You drive a Ford. Blessings.
Fix or repair
Like
daily.
what? Fuck me? Fuck you. By the way, fuck you energy drink. It's the best energy drink out there. Fuck you. Not you. I love you. I'm just doing an ad right now for my people. Shout out to everybody over on the Waterwave stream. Make sure you get the fuck you energy drink. That is the energy drink for Palestine.
Have to have an establishment. Yeah.
Many
in order to
white
fight
people
the
are very
establishment.
confused what's happening. Some very white privileged people are like, what the hell? I've never seen a pallet like that before.
Constitution still matters, even if Trump
So,
doesn't follow it.
Again, for people that
You
don't
know,
know, we got volunteers out over here on 33rd.
It doesn't matter
and
what
Portland,
Trump
holding
does.
it down, keeping us
People
safe.
don't like what
Thank
he
you,
does.
volunteers.
You know, if you voted
You know,
for
this
Trump,
is how we do it. We keep each other
you probably
safe
like
out
what he
over
does,
here.
even though he, you know, what does he do?
For
Does
those
he
that
bend
know,
the
we've
law?
been through this
Like, for example,
countless of
going
times
into
where we've had
to
to go
Venezuela
ahead and make sure that we are safe
and making the big arrests
because
there.
The police, I have not
was
seen
he
out goddamn
in the
one
right or the
police
wrong
officer
to do that?
out over here since I've been here since one.
You know what I mean?
They don't care about us.
Because you can say, well, he just wanted
They
to take
say
over
that
their
they don't
oil
want ice
and
here, but
keep
we
the
know
price
that
of
they work
oil
in
low
cahoots
and
with
bring
them.
more oil into
so
the
we
states
set up
so that
these
you can
barricades
process more
using
oil and make more money.
Trash cans, recycling bins. You know, the beautiful thing is we see here in some of these trash cans and all that. What is it? Wednesday,
You
Thursday?
could say that.
So trash was probably just taken out yesterday. So
And then you've
see
got what's
people
happening
filling
over
up
in
with
Iran there
stuff
right now.
Out over
That
here,
whole
setting up barricades. People came out with
Muslim,
the shovels. People coming out here
or
with
I
wood.
should not Muslim, but
if you have your Christmas tree, bring your Christmas tree. I mean, we're
the
shoveling
regime,
as well.
the Ayatollah
I'm saying we're
Khomeini's
probably gonna have
regime
the most well-kept
is being just
sidewalks
decimated
and
over
side
there.
streets out over
Is the state's going to move in there and take over and you know, uphold the old regime.
Shout out to our
the
volunteers
Shaw's
holding it down.
king and whatever that stuff.
You can come out over here and
Like the
hold,
world is changing.
Space and solidarity. Bring water. You know,
The world is changing out there. Snicker pie.
You know, be prepared for the cold weather.
Yeah, there's old Snicker pie in there too. I haven't seen you live, Snicker pie there in a while. Destroyer. This here is who you're talking about.
Ricky from Waterway saying that people,
destroying bad actors or Destroyer.
ICE detention center.
Screaming really hard. But that's Snicker pie in there.
Detention centers.
Al, you're perceptive in there.
To people.
Sometimes I'm not great on
over there.
People's alts and stuff like that. Because it used to be that people change their names so bloody often on this thing that unless you keep a book going, you can't track everyone.
33rd and Portland Avenue, holding down space.
Conservatives are just as corrupt as treated liberals. They can be. People that are in power, let's face it, power corrupts. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be, have somebody shove you a bunch of money under the table or whatever and get you to do something for them or whatever. It happens all the time, It's really, really hard in this world to be honest, right? Luckily, I'm honest. I'm a really honest person. My whole life, I've been so honest. I've been very fair with people. If somebody gives me some money to hold, I hold it for them. And when it's time to give it back to them, I give them their money back. I lend people lots of money. Lots of people have taken advantage of me over time. And I've seen a lot of criminal type activity where I've been taken advantage of and criminals have taken money from me and stuff like that. So I understand there's an awful lot of criminal activity going on out there. Absolutely. It's pretty pathetic how many people that, they don't care. They'll just steal and rob and maim and do whatever they can to get ahead for themselves. And that's all they think about is themselves. They don't think about other people. And it's really easy to do that in a political sense. Look at Moriega. Come on. He actually took over the whole country, and then they had a vote, and he lost the vote, but he still, because he's in power, kept the power. Trump is the one that ended up taking him out. Now, but then you say, well, no, Trump's a bad guy for doing that. No, the guy's a criminal. And, supporting the drug trade and stuff like that, making life worse for people all over America by pushing the drugs all over the place. And, we're sick and tired of that stuff. So let's see what happens there. But, it's going to be something like, hey, Northern Grace, hey, good to see you. Thanks a lot for subbing up to the channel. Nice to see you, Northern Grace. DOA doesn't have a dick, according to Laura. Yeah, but... I could say something else there about Laura, but I won't. Anyways, poor girl. Snicker pie. Oh, there's Snicker pie coming in here with her real Snicker pie. Is this how you cope? Assuming everyone here watches DOA. Yeah, right. Hey, but look at DOA went and wrecked all of those planters on the side of the street, right? And he's going, well, no, I wasn't doing anything wrong because they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Yeah. Okay. It's like, let's say, for example, DOA, that I locked my bicycle to a telephone pole on the side of the street, okay? And I went in somewhere to do some shopping. And you came over there with an angle grinder, and then you started grinding up my tires and my frame and everything, and basically vandalized my bicycle that was locked up on a telephone pole. That's vandalism, right? And that would be a misdemeanor. So don't think that you're wrecking all those planters, even if they weren't supposed to be there. That still does not give you any right to go and vandalize somebody else's property, right? So, for him to try and justify what he did, and he even played on his channel the camera footage from the cops that were out there investigating the whole thing. The guy is just plain loony for thinking that he's not doing something that's something that maybe he might not go to jail for that, but he's still in the wrong, and you can't justify that you're okay just because you don't like the church that actually put those planter boxes out there on the street. That doesn't give you any right to go and vandalize somebody else's property. It wasn't your property. It was somebody else's property. You vandalized it. You did a certain dollar value of damage to it, and you shouldn't be crying over the fact that you did something wrong. Right? That's what my thought on that was, because I saw him putting that up and trying to justify him doing that, and you can't justify that. You can't. Laura had the deke in that relationship. Yeah. Well, you said it. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it. I was just kidding about that, though. Oh well. But it's funnier than hell. More funny than anything. Northern Grace, good to see you. Sticker pie in there. Come on, Al. For F's sakes, throw me a damn bone. Yeah. Say hi to Snicker Pie. Snicker Pie. Too bad that you got Antifa and you're not on the air anymore. I think that's what happened there. Antifa scared the shit out of you, so you're not streaming anymore because Antifa scared you. Is that what happened? I don't know if that's what happened, but that's what I think happened. Because you used to have fun going on there, doing some restreaming and talking about people and stuff like that. But you're being in the States, you're closer to the Antifas of the world that are a little more what would you say? I don't know. They could cause you some harm, put it that way. Right? Whereas me being up here in Canada, the Antifa that we have up here in Canada are they'll call you a pedo or something like that, or try and say your name at a rally or something like that. But, other than that, or put a poster up on a telephone pole about you, some shit like that, which I've had that happen to me. Yeah, you guys probably don't know that. Antifa has actually posted stuff up on telephone poles around here about me, trying to defame me or whatever, which is funnier than hell. Or they'll call me names and whatever.
Yeah, I imagine.
But it's all bullshit. Sticker and Kenny are the same. Sticker Chick. No way. Sticker Chick is a fanboy of DOAs. And Kenny used to be a fanboy of DOAs, but not anymore. Kenny knows better now. He's seen the light. So, Wizzy. Oh, yeah, Wizzy. Where is Wizzy? He's going to feed it away, which is pretty bad because he's actually a pretty good videographer and a pretty talented guy. So I'm kind of sad to see Wizzy
Portland is crazy, yeah. Yeah, it was nuts.
kind of fade away into the ether of the Ethernet. Meanwhile, guys like me are still here pushing the bullshit, as usual. And that's one thing I can say is that having a YouTube channel, whatever, gives you the ability to push the bullshit. So, may as well.
I go across the whole country and I cover these events.
But I will have to say, Kerfuffle, yeah, Kerfuffle. I like that name. I always did like the name Kerfuffle. One thing though with the YouTube, and I often thought, like, why do people disappear? They have like 30,000 subscribers or whatever their channel, and then they just shut it down, and I know what it's like now, because eventually you kind of get a bit tired of it, you know, and you go, oh, geez, should I start a stream up or should I just watch some other people streaming? You know what I mean? And, you know, it's way easier to watch other people streaming than it is to stream yourself, right? Like, it's not that difficult to do the kind of streaming like this because I'm just playing, restreaming other people and bullshitting over top of them. But it is hard to do. It is hard to do. I would call it a job. It's the same as a job, exactly. Because, you know, it's like sitting behind the till of a 7-Eleven store or something, watching idiots come and go all day long and try and feed you bullshit and try and make you do stuff that you don't want to do and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's a living. It is a living. Kerfuffle. Oh, yeah. Kerfuffle in there. Still covering for Wizzy. Yeah, well, I like Wizzy. I always liked Wizzy even before the convoy. I watched what he was doing. He was, you know, he's a right-wing type guy. He's not a Scientologist, by the way. He was into Scientology, but he's not a Scientologist anymore. But he's kind of pro-Scientology, so that's why he didn't like DOA just popping in there, who knew dick all about Scientology and just going in there for the subs and the likes and the donos and stuff like that, and try and make a few bucks off of bashing Scientology. And meanwhile, you know, DOA knew dick all about Scientology, but he did know that he didn't like Wizzy. So because he didn't like Wizzy, well, then he didn't like Scientology. So there's that whole thing. But yeah, it's funny. But I don't know. You know, hey, Wizzy used to have a wrench in my channel here too, but I haven't seen him in a while. Co-Sider, hey, what's happening? We got Co-Sider in the house. Jonathan Ross, is responsible for negligent homicide. Is that who the ICE agent is? That's the first I've heard of a name. Oh, I'm looking out my window here, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 Antifa types walking by my house here. They probably know that this is where Tommy Temper streams from. Let's see, where's my outside camera here? Oh, you can barely see them there. They just went out of frame there. They're walking across the street there. But they were all looking at me up here in the palatial main studios, the Crystal Gondola overlooking the elm-lined streets of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And there was a crowd of Antifa types out there trying to yell at me there today. Wild Rose sabotage by trader floor crosser Danielle Smith. Yeah. Okay, well, you remember back then what happened. Yeah. It was handed to the NDP because conservatives didn't want to be responsible. Well, I think the other thing, Brett, with that was that the people were getting sick and tired because the conservatives had been winning for such a long time that they thought that maybe the province needed a change, you know, is kind of my thoughts on it. And so everyone kind of voted NDP. But after getting the NDP in here for 4 years, or whatever the exact period of time was, they right away, because all she did was borrow a bunch of money, spend a bunch of money, shut down our coal plants early, spent $2 billion doing that, which was money very poorly spent, and we're all paying the interest on that borrowed money here as we speak. So shame on the NDP for doing what they're doing. So that's why people say, well, never again. And now you've got Nenshi leading the NDP in Alberta, who's, you know, complete idiot. Look at what he did to Calgary with them not doing the regular maintenance and stuff like that on their water lines and things like that. He's the one that stopped doing that. He's, you know, responsible for those breakages and stuff like that. Not doing the proper maintenance. So he won't get in, that's for sure. There's a little bit of Alberta information. So now everyone in Alberta is going to vote to separate. So, I know you don't want Alberta to separate, Brett, but I'm sick and tired of Ottawa. Personally, I'm sick and tired of Ottawa and the Liberals taking advantage of us poor Westerners in Western Canada here. And I'll be collecting signatures. I'll sign up to collect signatures for Alberta to separate. I'll be part of that whole thing, and I'll vote to separate. And Sandy, you guys and the rest of Eastern Canada can just rot over there and give Mark Carney and his net zero zealots there, climate change fanatics, who flies around in his airplane every time he has a chance to get the hell out of Canada and go and visit some of his Brookfield assets in other countries and stuff like that. Does it. So the hell with Mark Carney and that bullshit there. So there you go. So I don't care. If we separate, hey, we separate. You know what? If we separate, I'll be better off. Financially, I'll be way better off than I am right now. And my children will be better off because they won't have to send a bunch of money to Ottawa who ends up giving it to Quebec and Ontario. Have not provinces. Oh, my gosh. There you go. Trump voters eating their shit sandwich. What? How? Trumpito does everything MAGA was against.
Hey, BP, thank you for the $20 super chat, man.
Yeah. Shit sandwich. That's funny. Does everyone harp on the trolls in here? You do realize what they're saying is true. No, they aren't. Kerfuffle. Welcome to the Tommy Temper Show. There's Kerfuffle. Finally popping in there.
What I need to do is get some boots.
Where's Kerfuffle? Right here.
Sneakers are not
What?
coming in this weather.
What is it? Yeah, well, everyone knows each other. You know, that's the fun thing about the internet here and YouTube is that when you have a channel like this, you have people coming in here, and you guys all, well, not everybody, but if you've been here for 4 years or 5 years, you know the other people that are in here. You can bullshit to them, you can make fun of them, you can say stuff that they understand exactly what you're talking about. And, whether it's the Canadian side of things or the American side of things, you understand, pretty well what's happening political or politic-wise in both countries. And it's just great. It's good. It's excellent. We understand. For example, Sandy Foster, do you have J6 pardon from Trump to join ICE? You understand what's going on in the States there, for sure. Even though you're up here in Canada. And us Canadians, we know what's going on. Canadians, in the political scene up here in Canada, if you're conservative, you've had to distance yourselves from the Republican of the States because, let's face it, Donald Trump has said a lot of stuff that people don't like, done a lot of things that people don't like, whether you're right or left down in the States. He's a kind of a guy that doesn't give a shit what anybody says. Now that he's elected, once he's elected in, he doesn't give two craps whether you like what he's doing or not. He's going to do what he wants to do. And that's exactly what he's doing. So, hey, you voted for him. You voted for him, and you knew what kind of a guy he was before he even got in. So, to see him boot Noriega out of Argentina, he's doing what he wants to do. There's those of you that are going, no, you can't do that. That's against the law, blah, 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 all the rest of it. Who gives a shit? He did what he wanted to do. And it's already done. He can't change that. And who knows what he's going to do next with Greenland, with Canada, with all kind of other countries. Likewise, with Iran, with the Ayatollah Khomeini and that whole Islamic regime over there that is falling, that's failing. And remember, in Iran, they are not Islamic. That's not an Islamic state. They are Persians. Those people are Persians over there. They're not Islamic. So when they got taken over, which the people there did not like it at all. And I spoke to many people that are university students over here in Canada, and they didn't like the fact that they were taken over there by that Islamic regime. So they're all fighting it against it, and they're going to turf that out of there. And let's see what happens over in Iran. Watch and see. The times are changing here. Defund walls. Yeah, exactly. Defund walls and Omar, illegals and criminals, thugs. Yeah. It's craziness that's happening over there. Absolute craziness. Let me see my one feed up there. Just let me see if I've got Status Quo News live again here. Hang on a second. Let me just check it out. I just want to see if Status Quo went live again, and I can find a new feed and bring them up here. I like that channel. And they're always like boots on the ground doing their stuff. We got Mercado Media. He's doing his thing there too. Let's see what he's up to. Mercado is Ice Rage Day 38. Actually, yeah, let me bring him up here. AP in there with some. What the heck are they up to there? 4. Window 1. Okay, this is it here. He's driving around right now, but probably. Oops. Oh, I think I goofed it up here. Stand by. I'm trying to bring up new feed here. Okay, I just have to change the label on it here. Oh, what is it? Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I just changed one out there. We got Mercado Media. Let's see. That would be this one right here. And he's just driving around here right now. Somewhere over there. Ice raids. So he'll probably get on site there and maybe come up with some footage there when he gets on site. But otherwise, we have our Human Dilemma feed here. Who's Human Dilemma is a multi-streamer, mostly on Twitch. Kind of comes from Twitch, but also has a few people watching on the YouTube channel as well. So that's where I'm picking this one up from. Is from the YouTube channel. see. Cammy in there. Hey, Cammy. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, is composed of two primary and distinct enforcement directorates, and HSI, ERO are two of them. Info coming in. Well, yeah, there's a big difference between now and back in 2020, especially the stuff that I know that you were streaming back in 2020, like the stuff from Portland there. It was all way more violent back then than it is today. Way more violent. In fact, I think it was more because of the BLM, where you had way more people that were involved in the whole thing, you know, because, you know, look at what happens now in Portland. You know, you're lucky if you get, you know, like 20 people out there, and they don't go on any kind of parades or, you know, marches or stuff like that. They're just basically hanging out in front of the building dressed as frogs and pink, whatever the hell they are, you know, costumes and stuff like that. It's sort of gone, and, you know, a few people acting like tough guys, and that's about it. But, you know, and you've got Tommy Boy, which, of course, if you follow anything, you know who Tommy Boy is there. You got one guy on the right-wing side that is basically holding all of Portland Antifa at bay, which is kind of pathetic to it. So there you go. That's where we're at here today. Snicker Pie, do your homework. You know, yeah, well, tell me what you're talking about. What homework on what? What? Tell me what you're saying. Sound controlled. Controlled by who? I'm not controlled by anybody. I've been watching this crap go on here for years and years and years. And it's exactly what I said. The same old crap. That's why it's you know, it's sad to see this lady get killed for doing what she did. But it's her own fault. She's just out there, you know, getting in people's faces, and you know what that's like. It's not going to turn out very well. Or likewise, if you have protesters out there blocking traffic, right? What happens? Somebody's in their car and somebody runs them over, right? Because they're trying to block a guy in their car, and the guy in the car is pissed off, right? You see that happen from the other side of it. So people should just mind their own business, leave them alone, and above all, if the cops tell you to do something, well, listen to what they say, and don't just do whatever the hell you want to do, or else, you know, what is going to happen is exactly what you see is happening, you know, in that shit happens, right? And it's terrible when it happens. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt, ever, whether it be an ICE agent or a protester. And that's why, if you're a protester, you better watch what you do, because you're playing with fire if you're trying to protest against police or you know, ICE agents, whatever you want to call them, federal agents. It is what it is. Monroe Doctrine. Trump has the right, 100%, says Xterra Bill. Negligent homicide. I don't think so. I don't think he'll be tried. I think that you're going to have a tough time finding some government. Well, I don't know. Maybe on a, probably not on a federal level, but maybe on a state level, he might be tried. because you're talking about a left-wing state there where you might have a left-wing prosecutor that will, or that will that. But if it does go to trial, he's not going to be actually, like convicted. He can't be convicted because she was the one that was trying to ram him down and using that vehicle as a weapon, right? You saw it. I saw it. We all saw it. And you can't take that video away. The video is, luckily, the video is pretty good evidence of exactly what happened. I do think Tommy Boy's voice is kind of feminine and Western. Yeah. That's funny. I don't think so. I think he's a pretty good guy. He's like came out of nowhere, and he's got balls, put it that way, to be able to do what he does. He's a tough guy, and he already punched the guy and put him down on the ground, Tommy Boy. So, at the end of the day, people know better than to mess with him. And in fact, now that he's got charges against him for putting some guy on the ground there and fighting with him, he knows better than to hit back. And what these guys are doing now is they're taunting him, trying to get him to hit back. In fact, there was a guy there last night that pulled a knife on him, and that guy got arrested by the police before Tommy really did anything to the guy. So, give him a big plus on that. Trump has devastated the last 80 years of international relations and alienated our former allies. Yeah, like Canada. Lots of people in Canada are pissed off at the States and pissed off at what Trump did, and saying, well, first state and the rest of that stuff, And really, you could be thinking, whoa, what he did, is he going to take over Canada here? Apparently, he thinks that he doesn't really have to do anything to take over Canada. Canada will just fall all on its own just by bringing in all these tariffs and stuff and tariffing all of the stuff coming from Canada to make it so it's going to be so hard to live up here in Canada because of a lack of money. But that's not going to happen because I haven't seen my lifestyle change in the last year to the point where I'm hurting financially. Sure, there may be some things that are more expensive to buy, but yeah, you just stop buying those things, that's all. Or you get them from somewhere else. Simple as that. Snicker Pie doesn't stream. Yeah, well, you should stream again. Get on there and stream. You got a channel, you got lots of subs, and you're doing pretty good. It's like, you're like Wizzy, where Wizzy had a big channel. Like, I don't know how many subs he had, 30,000 subs or whatever. And then he just shuts it down. From where you had a good audience, you could turn your channel on and have a couple hundred people watching. And you just go, no, that's it. I'm like out of here. Like, I don't know what happened to you, whether it was somebody scared you or what. But whatever. I know what it's like, that you get tired of it after a while. Yeah, but you know what? I'm not an immigrant. I was born here. And, a lot of people in the States are not immigrants. They were born there. And if you were born in a country, you're not an immigrant. Maybe some ancestors of yours were immigrants. And maybe even the people that were here back in that consider this to be not your land, my land, whatever. Even if you're indigenous, you probably had other people that came from China or Africa or whatever, 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000 years ago or whatever. And everyone is an immigrant, right? Everyone is to a certain degree, not right now, but if you were born in a country, you're not an immigrant. You were born there. That's where you were born. Otherwise, some ancestor of yours might have been an immigrant, probably were an immigrant at some time. And that's just the way the world works, you know. But it doesn't matter what color you are or what color your skin is or whatever. You're at home wherever you were born, right? That's your home. That's your homeland. Um, People can say, well, yeah, but your mother or father came from Bulgaria or whatever, or Russia or wherever. It doesn't matter. But that's irrelevant. That was them. Those people were immigrants. But if you were born in a country, hey, you're a Canadian or you're an American. And quit trying to say that you're an Italian American just because your grandfather was born in Italy or something like that. You know, or the same thing with you could have people that were slaves brought over on slave boats and stuff like that, and are now, you know, third, fourth generation, whatever. Yeah, well, whatever happened to people in the past, that's it's done. It's over. You can't change history. All you can do is you can appreciate the fact and bring it up that shit happened in the past. There's nothing wrong with talking about anything that happened in the past. But for somebody to be owing you something, some money or some patriation or whatever, because of something that happened 100 years ago or 200 years ago, that's all bullshit. You know, and quite honestly, a lot of people are sick and tired of that stuff going on to this day. And, you know, there's that patriation stuff going on in, I think California is the latest, where, you know, you hear about people being paid money or owed money for shit that happened 200 years ago. And it's like, it's lefty propaganda and it's leftism to its max. And I don't go for it at all. I go for, hey, I was born here, you were born here, let's all try and get along. And if there's other shit where you get something special, you know, I consider that as being racism. If I don't get the same thing that you do, well, then that's racism, because you're getting something special based on your race compared to me with my race. And I don't really go for racism like that at all. I don't like to see anybody getting anything special. I don't care where you came from or what color you are or whatever. Let's be more equal, right? In fact, it's the left people of the world that are like, oh, we need to be more equal, equality, and we all need to be treated the same, and you know, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, I agree with that, but not to the point where some guy or some nationality or whatever gets more cash from the government because of who they are, what they are, or what color their skin is, or shit like that. Like, that's, you know, and call me a racist or whatever for saying stuff like that. Yeah, well, go for it. But it's not going to cut it in today's world. We need to be all equal. I don't care who you are. You deserve the same right as me to be able to take a job and or become a pilot or whatever. And if you're shitty at that job and you're not qualified for that job, well, then you don't deserve that job. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're a smarter person or a better person or somebody that's better qualified or have a higher education and you know, end up getting that job because you're more qualified for it, hey, great, 100%.
No, you're not.
And that's the way the world should be. Enough of this stuff where you have people being put into jobs just because you're a woman or just because you're a man or just because you're you have a pronoun or you're a pronoun type person or whatever. Like, it's getting to the point where we've been through it, you've done it, you've seen that it doesn't work. It's called wokeness, right? Hey, Biden brought in the woke stuff and it didn't work. And now we're over that hill of the wokeness, and now we're coming back down to reality, and we're going, turf the wokeness out, get rid of it. We don't need it in business. We don't need it in politics. We don't need it in the schools. Let's just get back down to the 3 R's and back down to reality. And there you go. And that's my opinion. And you can either like it or don't like it or whatever. But that's my opinion. Allah Akbar. There you go. Allah Akbar.
No, thank you. No, with fists, the old-fashioned way. Yeah. But you didn't tell us about Seattle?
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, Seattle. I got beat up. He got straight up ambushed.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
straight up ambushed.
Ambushed. Oh no.
Because I filmed them committing crimes.
Don't get ambushed.
Because what?
I filmed them committing crimes. Yeah.
So now we're down to the point where we know that being woke and the whole woke thing is just
The good thing is I'm not like in Seattle,
over. Yeah,
so
I'm way behind in the chat, so let me get back up here again. Sorry, I had to go over the chat a little bit here. So there's going to be a lot of chat that I missed out there with everybody trying to bash me. So be it.
So it's been good.
But that's okay. You can call me a racist all day long. You know, I don't care. You know, but apparently trying to be fair to everybody is, you know, being a racist now. You know, but yet other people can sit there all day long and call people like a white nationalist Christian, whatever, white Christian nationalist, you know, and that's not racist to call people that at all, you know. You know what I mean, Al? But, you know, I can't sit here and say, well, we're all equal. You know, we should be all treating each other equal. No, that's racist.
Well, that's why. Cause wasn't it like below zero last week here? Yeah. So I'm like.
So you just can't win.
Yeah, it's like, cause like
Doesn't
I know
matter
you,
what you say or do.
30 degrees ain't nothing. See, I'm like.
You get screwed.
Yeah, I'm very like mission motivated and like I care about my.
See, what's that one right behind me?
As far
Number
as the
3.
cold
Hang
weather
on.
goes for anything else other than work, I have given it up.
Yeah.
I do not do cold
I
weather.
can handle like all kinds of discomfort, like hunger,
Yeah,
tired.
I wonder if it can reboot here.
Cold and wet.
Yeah.
Cold and wet back on. No thanks.
Oh, I don't know what the hell this is here.
Are you gonna go to the protest at 5:30 or you can stick here? Where is it? It's back at. Yeah, you guys got a new George Floyd Square.
Okay, I'm getting rid of that.
Coming up on Portland. Yeah. They're setting up another autonomous.
AP feed.
They're calling it another autonomous zone over at 38th. Yes, 38th. Because remember the barricades? Yes. Yes, they're calling it that. Yeah.
Hey, what's that Mexican flag doing flying there? That's United States.
I remember the first anniversary because you know all the networks are there in George Floyd Square talking about like this is what they're doing with justice, and then there was a drive-by shooting. Yeah. Like, what's going on?
Drive-by shooting. Is that what they're calling it now?
Well, it just depends on.
Jazzy, yeah.
I mean, if this blows up and there's 500 people here. Well, yeah.
Poor Ant though. Ant is the maker of his own demise. Ant can't blame anybody for what happened to him. He got into trouble all on his own. Did stuff all on his own. And really, he did. Anybody that he hung around with pretty much doesn't hang around with him anymore. And you've got people that are donating money to him, wanting him to get into more trouble. Just watching every day there, hoping that he'll do something else that will get him into more trouble. And that's the Ant story. In fact, he's even changed his channel there into something completely ridiculous. I have no idea what it means. So I don't know what that DOA is up to now. Chat is colorblind, yeah. You'll never truly please a woman.
I just said you shouldn't celebrate her death. It's not a liberal now.
Well, Ant is always wearing the gay colors there, so, you know, when do you ever see him with a woman? When? When? Just that one time. That was the only time that I ever saw him with a woman. And he's always dressing up like a woman and wearing the LGBTQ colors, that headband and stuff like that. So, you know, you could speculate as to exactly where his sexuality lies, you know, in everything that you've seen him doing in the last 4 years or whatever. You know?
Don't care anymore? You should care.
Take your own pick on what's going on.
The Bible very clearly says in Matthew that you will be held to account for every empty word you said.
I would have to agree with you there, Cash. I would have to agree with you. That Al is a little bit overboard there with what he's doing. You know, he's, and you know, it's funny though, but I've been kind of analyzing people of various colors and various, you know, whether you're Japanese or Chinese or African or you know, South American or Latino or whatever, or Native American, Native Aboriginal Canadian. There are an awful lot of racist people out there. Everybody appears to be racist in my eyes to a certain degree, really, honestly. So don't think that you're holier than whatever because of where you're from or what you are, because in a lot of cases you're probably way more racist than a guy like me who's just trying to be friends and friendly with everybody in the world, you know. And it's something that you can try harder than hell to try and do, but it's almost an impossibility to do, because there's a lot more people out there that are like way worse than I am, you know, like I look at myself in the mirror when I wake up in the morning and I don't think, who am I going to call a racist today? You know, like that's the last thing that's on my mind. I think, what am I going to do today? What kind of fun am I going to have? You know, let's just have a good life. That's all that I'm looking for. Have a good life and take it easy, relax, see what's new in the news today. Hate like hell when I see some woman get killed, you know, for no good reason whatsoever. It's senseless. But it wasn't, you can't blame the guy that she tried running down. You can't. I can't blame the ICE guy. It's not the ICE guy's fault. You can't blame Trump. You know, you're short-sighted if you're blaming all this stuff on Trump. Trump is just simply trying to make the world a better place for everyone to live in. And there's some people out there that just go, no, I don't want this world to be a better place to live in. I like the shithole that it's turning into, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this place becomes a worse shithole than it already is. And I'm going to go out today and I'm going to stop people from making this world a better place to live in. Is that what's going on? I think so. I hate to say it, but we brought it right down to the lowest common denominator, right? And that's what's really going on here. So shame on you all, though, everyone out there, for not wanting the world to be a better place.
All right, let's get 1,000 blue hearts in the chat. Let's get 1,000 blue hearts in the chat.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that, because, Junior, that's being racist and saying something like that. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what color you are. There are racist people everywhere. Sure, there are lots of, I've seen white people that are racist. Absolutely. You got the KKK and stuff like that, where, you know, they just call people names and whatever, and they would never live with a person of color or whatever. My mother taught me when I was a young child, she said, you know, I don't care who you marry. You could marry somebody that's a brown, yellow, white, native, doesn't matter. She said to me, marry whoever you want to, get along with whoever you want to. I will bring them into the family, doesn't matter who it is. We're not we didn't even use the word racist back then because it wasn't a word that was even flowed off of your lips back when I was a kid. But she just taught me to get along and to love everybody out there. And that's really where I come from. And it really disheartens me to see so many people out there that are just so racist, and so racist to the point to even call me racist, and where I'm trying so hard to not be a racist person, right? I just try and be nice to everyone. I traveled the world. I lived in Iran, for example, for a period of time, so I understand what it was like there with Persian people, and to see what it was like there in their country. North Africa, was there for a while, for a couple of months in North Africa. Places like Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia. I was in Italy, France, Belgium, Holland, UK, like all over the place. I saw what it was like in other people's lands. For example, Algeria. I found that I didn't feel very welcome there at all because people would yell at you walking down the street just because you're a white guy in their country, So I understood that the people there were like very racist against guys like me, which what can you say? So you try and be nice to everyone, and it's a hard thing to do.
Y'all, we just
Very
hit our
hard.
26th most popular live stream on TikTok. That's fudging on.
Can someone show me a single current photo of a KKK person? No, you can't. Well, yeah, but you have the rallies and stuff like that. Put it this way, they're very, very low profile, and you have very few people, even a so-called right-wing extremist. Where are these, like Proud Boys, for example? Once in a while, I have seen some Proud Boys show up in Portland, right? Lately, I've seen a few of them there where there's been 10 Proud Boys show up in Portland there. I saw that a while ago, a couple of weeks ago or whatever. Oh, okay. We lost our feed. Let me just
welcome you, my church family.
Bring something else in here. Hang on. Yeah, there we are. Okay. I'm back again here. Hang on. I just wanted to get that off because somehow Human Dilemma turned out to be a video that popped onto my screen there. So let me just get that off of there because I don't want to get a music strike for playing some of the guys' music in there. Let me just cut that out of there. Okay. And I'll see if we can bring something else on here. Now let's put this one on here. Here we go. And let me just see where this audio is coming from here. Oh, hang on. Multi-5. Here we go. Okay, this is a little bit better. Sorry about that. Just for having some feeds change here or drop out. So we have to find something else that's happening here. Choose Compassion, who's doing a restream here of somebody going on here with some ice stuff. So we'll just keep that up here for a little bit. And we've got Mercado Media, who is live in the car. Feed number 1, I think he is there. But he's still driving, trying to find some ice stuff going on there. And we'll just wait till he gets destinated. Let me just see, do a quick search to see if there's anyone else live at any of the events over there. And just add them to the window here. Filters. Let me look at live here. So excuse me while I move away from the chat. I'm not reading the chat here right at the moment. But I'll be back here in a bit after I look and see who all is doing what. A lot of network stuff going on here, like Fox Network, Mint, Global, Forbes, Breaking News, Crux, the Hindustian Times, Florida's Voice, FBI takes over Minneapolis ICE attack, Trump and Vance launch national fraud prosecutor. Let me see if this one here is worth looking at. Alicia. Who is Isha? Hang on here. What's Alicia? Yeah. Just someone sitting there by the name of Alicia. Deportation. Okay, let me go back to look at my X feed, see if there's anyone live on X doing anything. Jimmy Kimmel, the philosopher, Carolyn, Spy Stream, Marathon. Oh, she's doing the leftist spy stuff there, Carolyn. Lindell TV, Mike Lindell. There's me in there, Tommy Temper, over on YouTube, or on X, rather. No justice, no peace. Hang on, weren't they singing that during the BLM riots? It's not the same thing. It's the same people, the same mantras. All they do is just update it for a new event. Same old, same old. Right? It hasn't changed at all. Yeah, Junior. I know. I'm like that too. I'm done playing Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Laziness. It's kind of a bit of a jittery feed here coming off of Choose Compassion. It's not me. Justice for everyone. M2. Let's see who's on M2. Okay, we got this one here. But, geez, I hate that one channel audio there going on. Hang on. Advanced audio properties. What is that? Browser 2.
Here with protesters on the other side of the building.
There we go. I fixed that crappy audio by selecting mono. Yeah, I don't like that when you pick up a feed and it's one channel of mono. Hook Global. Hey. How's it going? Oh, I got somebody to talk to here. Oh, yeah. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. Do-do-do-do. Junior, do those people really think they're making a difference? It's not 2020 anymore. This goofy stuff is useless now. Yeah, well, do they really think that? Oh, right on. You got 5 and then you make a big win, eh? Hey, how's it going? Gonna go watch Patrick tonight. That would be a fun thing. Sun Honey Studio, and a word from our sponsors. Hit that like sub button. Jazzy Blues. Hey, Jazzy. What's up? Keep that jazz alive. Buttes, Jazzy Buttes. Apparently only white right-wingers get the protest, according to Nazi Coltrane. No. White left-wingers get the protest. Cancel anyone else who protests and attack them. No, if you really look at it, the people that are actually doing most of the protesting, Brett, think about it. Who are these people that you see out here right now on this video right now? Those are left-wing, mostly white people, white liberals, right? And a lot of white liberal women, to be honest with you. And then you get into the LGBTQ community. A lot of them are out there protesting because they're pretty much left-wingers everywhere across the planet. So that's who we see here protesting against ICE. And who did you see at the BLM protesters? It was mostly lefty people. Look at who was there. Trudeau was protesting with BLM, kneeling down on the streets of Toronto. Remember that? You know, it's like you rarely see right-wingers protesting. Really, rarely. The only time you saw that was the convoy, right? The convoy was a right-wing protest, and that was one of the few times that you see right-wingers actually get out there and do any kind of protesting. Since then, not really. I haven't seen any protest worthwhile going out to that was any kind of a right-wing protest, because most of the time, right-wingers just mind their own business. You know? It's like that. So, but I do find that it's kind of hilarious that you hear politicians all over the world, in Australia, in the UK, in the US, where you'll hear some left-wing politicians stand up and blame the far-right extremists for causing all the violence and all the rest of the crap that's going on in the world. And it's just so ridiculous, because all you have to do is just go to a protest, find out wherever there's a protest happening somewhere in the world, and generally it will be left-wing people that are doing that protest. Now, over in Iran, you know, different story over there. That's like the whole bloody country. I don't think it's left-wing, right-wing, anything. It's just anti-Islamists that don't like the fact that they were taken over by Ayatollah and that regime. So they're just playing the people of the country, everyone. But look at, or like over in Argentina, you had the whole country was taken over by left-wingers, and there you didn't have the right-wingers really protesting enough to get rid of that left-wing blight on the whole country. And you ended up having somebody like Trump that had to step in there and go, okay, now we got to do something about this. You know, same thing with places like Cuba. Cuba is just a plain left-wing country, communist, and you don't have enough right-wingers even within that country to get up and revolt and say, hey, we've had enough of this. We want a democracy. Get rid of that communist regime that's in there and get back to democracy. You don't have enough right-wing people to really do anything about that. But yeah, amazingly enough, we're starting to hear rumors that things are getting so bad in Cuba that maybe we're going to have some change happen there, to where if they're not going to be able to get any oil from Argentina, and you're going to have the cost of living go up so high there, and it'll be such poverty in Cuba that eventually maybe the regime will fall. I don't know. Who knows? Wow, look at that. They're really giving them the pepper bombs they're going off. Pepper smoke. They threw the canister of pepper spray, and it's just kind of hanging in the air right there. Yeah, you got to be wearing a mask like that, press dude there, to be able to handle it out there. This is Hook Global, which is not live here right at the moment, but this is what was happening a little bit earlier here today. So just have that up here for your entertainment, enjoyment, and whatever else. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I'm gonna pull the pin on the broadcast here a little bit. I've got people that have come home here in the house that weren't home here with me, and they're known as minions, mini-me's, harmonics, whatever you want to call them. They're here, so I'm going to pull my broadcast here. Thanks a lot, everyone that's been watching. I've been live for 3 hours and 48 minutes. Thank you very much for the super chat coming in, and everybody else that watching. Appreciate your company here today. I might go live later on there today to give you a bit about what's going to be happening with any kind of protests that are happening in probably about 3 or 4 hours from now. We'll see what partakes, if anything big starts happening. Then we'll go live again to show you what's going on. Maybe even do some rebroadcasting of Tommy Boy out there in Portland, Oregon. We'll see what happens with that. But otherwise, you're watching the Tommy Temper Show, and I am Tommy Temper. This is where it's at. And where's my theme song? I need a theme song on here, like a really nice theme song. You know, something like Tommy Temper is the guy. Tommy Temper. I don't know why. Tommy Temper is the guy. Where's my theme song? Brett, you have a theme song. I need one here myself. Hang on here. Why can't I find it when you need it? Oh, here it is. Right here.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Alberta's pride. Hey, ho!
Oh, yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone. See y'all later. Wow.
Out in Alberta where the Rockies rise, Tommy Temper streaming with fire in his eyes from a lake house glowing in the moonlight's gleam. He's the YouTube king of the widest streams. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy. Battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun. Streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. Hot tub bubbling under starlit eyes. The haters with truth in his lines. Talking about the world from the left to right. Them keeping it tight. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy. Battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun. Streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. Lake house vibes where the mountains meet the stream. He's dodging all the trolls like a champion dream. From Alberta's heart, he's lighting up the night. Tommy Temper's truth is his guiding light. With a wink and a grin, he's taking on the fight. Spilling all the tea in the YouTube live. From the hot tub to the Rockies, he's living it free. Tommy Temper's the streamer we all wanna see. Oh!